Love it. Tag it. This is the part where we get
Welcome, ladies and gents. We just spent a few moments acknowledging the Anzac Day tradition. The last post was played, both teams lining up in the middle of the ground showing their respects, both national anthems in New Zealand and Australia. And a bit of a hair on the back of the neck moment for myself. My name's Kane Brand, joined for the first time this year in the QAFL commentary box. Welcome back, Chris Yendi Yend. How are you, Yendi?
Oh, Kano, good evening, everyone, and good evening, Kane. I've got our man Harry here on the camera as well. Just a wonderful environment, as you said, Kano. A spine-tingling experience, and it's going to lead up to a spine-tingling game that we have here at Coorparoo. The Kings and the Pies. It's going to be a wonderful battle, and nothing better than Friday night footy, if I may say, mate.
Well, it's TPIL Lawyers QAFL Anzac Day action coming in live from Giffen Park here at Coorparoo for the big matchup between the Coorparoo Kings and the Sherwood Magpies. Coming in live thanks to the AFL Queensland YouTube channel and double take.
How good is it that Brandon's windows and doors on board
Thank
this year,
you.
mate? We love their work, and we're looking at the coaches now for Coorparoo. We've got Lee Harding, who's had a wonderful journey, and just admiring the work that Sherwood have done as well. They've I've worked closely in the VFL system, mate, and just looking through Sherwood's lineup, and I'm just looking at Brisbane VFL, where they're tuning out these wonderful young guns like they're going out of fashion. And you look at how Coorparoo's going there, captain, mate. We had a great appraisal for the wonderful work of Jonah Light over the journey when he was over Mount Gravatt, and had a year last year playing footy over Mildura, and he's come back to the QAFL and led this inaugural side of Coorparoo. He's going to be a massive asset of this team. Had a big say on Anzac Day festivities, mate. It's shaping up to be an absolute ripper. We did have a chat with the umpires of the QAFL W game earlier on that had Bond University prevail over Coorparoo in a pretty tough contest. But, mate, the great man Jace Mitchell did flag with us. Conditions are better in some parts of the ground than others.
Yeah, well, it looks like the majority of play might be on that far side of the ground, unfortunately for us as commentators, because it's dry as a bone over there, and on the broadcast side here, I tell you what, it's a bit of a mud pit. But, I mean, it could be worse, mate. We're under some cover. Hopefully the rain stays away. We did have a look at the radar just before. It is slowly building once again.
We just hope it's sort of moving a little bit in a far northerly direction than where we're currently sitting at the moment. But we've had 3 games of footy already take place across the day with some Celts, reserves, and the QAFL W. With most of the play actually happening on this side, so let's just put a message out to the players to continue that trend and be out here with your good self, Harry and I, and all the viewers right around the country.
Well, it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, I was doing some stats last night, and the big impressive play for me coming out of Sherwood is Jonathan Giles. He's just about dominating every stat you can think of in the early stages of this season. Number 16, keep an eye out for him. He's been dominating all that midfield sort of stats that we like to look at during the year, so keep an eye on him. But this should be a very, very interesting contest, as the siren's been sounded and we're just about ready to go. Anzac Day QAFL action. Here we go. Both ruckmen go up. Known to be a winner on that occasion. Instant stoppage right in the middle of the ground, and played about 3 seconds into the first quarter. Ruckmen go up again. Sherwood desperately trying to clear that footy. No can do. Looks like it's going to be a high tackle. On the ball, says the umpire. So that's an interesting one as play continues. Here we go. Straight to true centre forward. Actually a little bit deeper than that. First attacking Fury for Sherwood. No, Coorparoo. Apologies there. Better get those mixed up a couple of times during the night as play continues. Ball rolling around. Pretty soggy out there. Another stoppage right on the half forward line for Coorparoo.
Jack Austin, number 1 for the Pies, playing game 100. What a genuine box office talent this young star has. projected over his journey in the QAFL as the ball's out on the outer side. It's picked up there by the Kings. A right foot shot at goal. It swings away. I think that might have been lucky there. That's a minor score. So thanks to batting windows and doors, it's the Kings one behind the Sherwood to score, and we are just over a minute behind the minute.
Well, here we go again. Sherwood, first chance to come out of trouble. That's a booming kick from full back, right in the middle of the ground. Players come together, no clear winner. Another stoppage, third or fourth stoppage already. It could be a game of stoppages all night long here at Griffin Park.
4 and 4 to the right hand of your screen as well, and an open forward line there for Sherwood.
Play continues now. Sherwood again. That was Austin out there at half back. Launches the ball a million miles in the air. Good luck marking that one. Ball comes to ground. Here comes Sherwood. Just not the best of kicks. Ball might be good for Sherwood if it gets out the back. Looks like that was Mitchell stepping back inside. That's Xavier Knight. Launches the ball inside, attacking 50. Look how wet it is down there. Tried to get the ball on boot was Coorparoo. Couldn't get clear possession on that occasion. It's holding the footy.
That was some good forward pressure there from the Pies. It all started with that Fletcher handball up through the corridor and migrating inside that forward line at a breakneck speed, and just enabled the likes of, we see Bailey Thompson here, who was outstanding in the last game. He came from the middle of the ground to apply that tackle.
Here we go, Bailey Thompson, line up for the first goal of the afternoon. Comes up the inside step of the boot. Spews to the left, another minor score. So we're all tied up here. 1 point apiece. We played almost 3 minutes into this opening quarter.
Both teams having a forward 50 each. You've got Kano, you've got Harry, you've got Yendi, and most importantly, you've got your company here, Anzac Day football here. Round 4 action in the QAFL. Big kick out, comes off hands, off the gallant attempt there from McClare. Free kick, and it will go to the Kings here on the commentary wing, who aided by the big name as McClare tries to draw the kick to the defender. Not forthcoming despite the best efforts.
Oh, look at that.
Cowley is possessed. Right here on the stoppages or holding the ball. That's going to be the formality.
Well, that was Xavier Knight who shut down that forward plays from the Kings. So great effort by him from the Sherwood player on that occasion. The ball rolling the woodbound line. Slip and slide. Got to be a little bit careful, guys, not to go to ground too easy and start taking legs out. Someone's going to be right onto that this afternoon.
Sam Cosmo here in the commentary. Looking to come on the ground, and Morgan Smith in the headgear. So a couple of changes already getting this swung for the Kings.
All about to be thrown back in. Here we go. Both ruckman wrestling back and forth. That wasn't Mitchell. That was Giles there, the one we were talking about earlier, trying to clear that ball for Sherwood. Creasing out back. That's Mitchell there. Playing creasing out back by the looks of it. He's going to launch to that far side. Down to spare play. That was good. Dropped the mark he should have taken. Play on, said the umpire. That was Meakin. Meakin had the ball smothered off the boot. Good tackling pressure here from Coorparoo, trying to force Sherwood into a mistake, and now they're going to clear from half back, right through the middle of the ground. Crunching tackle there, instant turnover. Play on, says the umpire. Launches a kick towards the half forward. Plays come together. Ball comes to the front. Good pressure there again. High tackle, says the umpire. Thought he got a bit lucky, almost ducked into that one, and he's going to be lining up right on 50.
Yeah, it's Jared Cameron there. He just fell on the ground on the would-be tackler, coming in a little bit tired as Alice. And Jared, who launched on QAFL TV Live a few weeks ago, kicked 6 goals in the opener against Mount Gravatt, is looking to add to his goal tally for this year.
Well, he's definitely started the year off well in front of goal. Turns to the right, brings it back around, not going to get the distance, and that's a great contested mark down there on the goal square.
Just looking at the
that might be Thompson again, Yendi.
Yeah, and he's playing that key role. You're right, that is Thompson. He's been able to cover a lot of ground and push deep from that sort of 0 to 50.
A couple of contested marks. This is an easier shot of goal. Straight through the middle. First goal of the night for Sherwood. They moved to 117 to a solitary behind to the home side. First quarter, Anzac Day, QAFL action, coming to you live from Giffen Park. And a pretty good start from the Magpies, Indy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's 3 inside 50s now for 2 shots on goal. And Thompson is presented himself well and getting the right spots from the tackler as well. So the ball got through.
Well, so far this year, I've noticed the better sides are the ones you can force that forward line pressure. Tackling, you know, the sides who dominate games have been able to really lift their work rate when it goes inside their attacking 50. So well done to Sherwood on that occasion.
Rucks go up there as Coorparoo were trying to clear the ball from their defensive line of the ground. So structure field conditions are going to be a bit better suited to the Pies tonight. Their ground usually during this time of year is quite muddy, and they acclimatise quite well to those conditions. So we see a big tackle right there from Jason Clay just for the centre. Just back in his way to the package. Josh Campbell here on the wing. He's got the other job there on Morgan Smith, both of them just coming down a moment to go. Here's Sherwood now. Big kick inside the forward 50. It's a 3-on-2, and it looks like it will be the 2 that wins. A lovely pick up here by the Pies. Right foot kick inside the forward 50. Looking for a target. Tries to find Cameron. Loses it in the mud there at true centre half forward. It's a strong tackle. We'll see your ball up. It's the Magpies by 1 goal, 7.5 gone here in the first.
And that was Giles again, kicking inside, attacking 50. Great effort by Giles on that occasion. Now, umpires found a free kick. It's going to go to the Kings.
So just that fend off in the ruck there from the Sherwood ruckman, Thompson.
And here we go again. Coorparoo coming out from defence. Ball gets over the back. Plenty of numbers around this footy. Just chipped it off the ground. Looks like they're playing the spare Sherwood behind the footy, which is probably a smart move. Intercepted on that occasion. Kicks to that far side wing.
On game 100, you've got to give Austin a little bit more respect than that, don't you?
No, well, you think so. Looks like that was Mitchell with a great contested mark there. Now, where's he go from here? Decides to handball it off. Launches the ball back inside attacking 50. Thompson couldn't get there. And play continues.
So we'll bring it out now towards the commentary side here to Morgan Smith. Wearing the helmets are easily distinguishable. Runs himself in and out of traffic here. Didn't have prior opportunity, said the umpire, so rightfully played on. Didn't matter nonetheless, because that is a wonderful goal there from James Crichton, who made his VFL debut last week, Kano, on Good Friday footy, and he has, dare I say, kicked his first goal as a Pie. That is a wonderful celebration from the young man.
Well, again, we were just talking about that defensive pressure coming from the Magpies, being able to lock that ball in. Bit of push and shove after the fact as well. We'll keep a close eye on that. Giles is right in the middle of that too. No love lost between these two sides. And again, Sherwood just been able to lock that ball in.
Be loud.
Increase the pressure and force mistake. We've got that thrilling goal. Great effort.
Well, you mentioned Kano. It's just Sherwood are playing that one loose in defence, and Austin marked the ball before after a hat kick off the ground. Coorparoo have only been inside the 450 once, as opposed to four times for a total of 3 scores coming from those 4 times. 2-1 out of that. So alarm bells ringing already for the Blues. I mean the King.
Well, Sherwood. I made that mistake earlier in the day as well, Yendi. I've been calling them the Blues all week.
I'm not giving you the Blues, are they?
No, not just yet.
Not Anzac Day footy, mate.
Pretty early in this...
Nothing can give you the Blues on Anzac Day footy.
No, definitely not. As play continues now, looks like Sherwood's going to win this clearance. Not the best of handballs. Couldn't find a teammate. Again, the tackling pressure's okay from the Kings. Here they go back into attack. Number 2 inside 50. Austin's playing back there. Another good contested mark. As he looks for the switch across the ground. Ball hits the deck before it gets to him. Play on. Had a bit of time. Finds the big fella. That's okay. That's to Harris. Harris instantly moves the ball on. Play on towards the umpire. Not quite sure. Steps back inside. Kicks to half forward. Who's home for the Magpies? No one on that occasion. And good intercept mark there by Cowley.
Cowley almost And accounted for uncontested mark there across half-back. Left foot kick, just tried to thread the iron in the middle. 2 on 1. It should suit the Pies here. They'll pump the ball back inside the forward 50. Left foot kick on its way. And misses the left hand of the screen. And sorry, to the right. It's Sherwood, 2-2-14. They kicked the last 4 scores of this one. And there's 6 inside 50s Kano for 4 scores.
Well, it's starting to put some scoreboard pressure on early on the Magpies. 2-2-14 and that solitary point. Coorparoo's holding up okay though.
It's just hard for Coorparoo. They're just not getting their hands on the ball. We're calling a lot of Sherwood, but they're getting front position every attempt, and this will be the case here.
Oh, tried to get up high there. Ball gets over the back, rolls over the boundary.
But even then, Kano, that was still a 2 on 1 in favour of Sherwood, and the one was smack bang in the middle. You almost got to hold the possession, tip the ball around, and try and bring out a 2 on 1. Perhaps here on the commentary wing and force the chase, because they're trying to use that side already, Coorparoo, for most of this quarter already for the last sort of 12 minutes, and they've failed at pretty much every attempt. Yeah,
wet weather footy doesn't help either. As that ball dribbles towards that boundary line again, got a kick on it, Coorparoo on that occasion. Rolls over. Again, wet weather footy, you almost want to kick the ball as far as you can, get that distance going. But unfortunately, Sherwood's seen up pretty well behind the footy and just banging the ball back inside 50 whenever they win possession back.
Seeing wet weather footy being played, they're also seeing the umpires bouncing the ball in the middle too. So there are parts of this ground that's got a little bit of hardness over it as the rain tends to come towards our side, and that's where the ball will probably look to come any time now, up to a 2 on 1 inside almost inside the forward 50 again here for Sherwood. Beautiful tackle. And we'll see a stoppage umpires tonight. We've got Lockie Ryan, Max David, Will and Kennedy. And the field umpires will go through the other 4 superstars very, very shortly. As the Pies again, there's 2 on 2 to the right of your screen, and that kick up towards the top of the square. We're getting another goal here. They are absolutely on fire here, the Pies. And just a hack kick out of there. To that 2 on 2, Kano, we just mentioned it just opened up a lot of space. And all players got involved there. That's, well, they've only failed to score inside 50 on one occasion. That's the goal.
Well, I'm not sure who kicked that goal on that occasion. All people close on that.
Chase it up on the old awful...
But I tell you what, and that's the thing, deep forward, wet weather footy, Sherwood players stayed front and centre, didn't get sucked into the contest. Unfortunately, his defender did get sucked into the contest, ball dropped to the front, and an easy snap on goal. And again, they've pushed to an early lead, 3-2, 20-1 solitary point. Almost 14 minutes played in the first quarter.
And haven't been able to get the goal though.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Go, Jason! Go!
Play continues. They might get a bit more of a benefit of the doubt for possibly diving on the footy this evening. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on that. Just weather around. Play continues. Both Brockman can get it clear. Cameron gets absolutely slammed into the ground and finds himself didn't win possession at all and just instantly got slammed into the mud. That's not a good straight kick though. Bit of a worm burner, straight to the opposition. And another intercept.
It was Jesse Joyce there. Making his return through footy through this game as Jack Blake was able to find it. Kick downfield too high. So Coorparoo now with an open forward line, although with the way Jack Boston is sprinting forward, he's going to cause headaches. Will not be needed in this case here because that was a strong contested mark taken there by the Kings at left half forward.
Well, keep an eye on that. These
Mego forward.
I'll take a stab and say it might be Ben Hogan. Number 6 Guernsey.
Number 6, Ben Hogan, the captain. Keep an eye on that. Instant play on. Launches the ball from outside 50. Unfortunately. Doesn't kick the score out on the floor on this broadcast side.
We'll refer to Sherwood where they've traditionally gone on the outer wing, so they'll bring it out here. It will be one should suit the Kings. The ball is brought to ground though. We'll see another stop of the 3-on-1. Thompson out. Forward there by Coorparoo. Inside the 40. Here's a chance right for a and the Kings are on the board. 16 minutes on reverse turn. It's Coorparoo 117. So Sherwood 3-2-20. Kano with Harry with him. And it's Anzac Day football.
Well, I tell you what, Henry, I mean, how good was that passing to play? Straight down his throat from the, little chip kick. Again, that being able to position yourself properly for those front and centres. The ball's going to be slippery. It's going to come to the front a lot of times. And great handling skills there too. One-hand pickup, snap on goal, all she wrote, and first goal on the board for Coorparoo.
And that was a rare case where Sherwood actually tried to clear it out in the commentary wing, and they've been more attacking on the far wing as well. It's actually cost them a goal here, so it's, the Blues will be hoping they do it more often. Kane Browning.
Well, here we go. Umpire's found another free kick, and who's it going to? It's going to the Kings. Looks like Cole Dunkley in there. Dunkley kicks the half forward. Tried to bring the ball to ground until it bounced off the shoulder. Plowing said the umpire again. Got the snap on goal. Won't get over the back. Looking for the last goal kicker and ran. Couldn't take the mark on that occasion in the goal square. Ball rolls over boundary line.
He's just got to compete against Thompson. Bring the ball to ground. Not competing in this instance there. Another snap there from Rat. They've got another one.
That was McVeigh.
McVeigh has kicked the goal, shoved it off. Another stoppage resulting in their second goal. So that's two stoppages from 30 to 60 metres out for the Kings, and they've kicked 2 goals in perfection. Kano, that's 3 goals in a row. The last 3 of the last 4 goals are from stoppages either side.
Well, that's the thing too. Just finding the best position. And again, it's a little bit muddy, a little bit wet underfoot. You're going to get stuck in the mud if you're not careful from the direct opponent. And he had a couple of steps clear easily there on that contest. And again, good handling. Got the ball on boot pretty quick and good finish.
How about the efficiency from both teams? They've been getting the ball forward and kicking goals almost immediately. Kane Browning.
Here we go again. Play continues now. Good tackling there by the Kings. Ball rolling around. No clear winner. Just decides to shove him in the back. Play on said the umpire. Ball being pushed towards forward for the Magpies.
Just keeping an eye on Tom O'Kelly for the Kings. He's about 10 metres off this contest, all alone at centre halfback.
Well, they decided to look like they've added the spare behind the ball as well.
And I reckon if he gets possession of the ball, they'll want to try and bring it out towards his commentary side.
There's plenty of room on either wing. Bit of corridor footy being played at the moment, just trying to push the ball forward. Again, look at the numbers around the contest. Good luck getting a clear hand on the footy in those numbers. We could have 6 or 7 stoppages very quickly here, Andy.
Yeah, just looking from 0 to 30 out, there's a one-on-one contest, 3 one-on-one contests to the right of your screen.
Here we go again. Thompson just took the ball out from the right contest. They've got a little bit of room in moving here, the Magpies. Little chip kick, couldn't find the teammate there. Oh, great pickup. Kick launches towards the goal square. One-on-one, over the back, what a grab!
Dylan Nelson taking a strong mark, and that was all from Tristan Meakin, the Brisbane Lions Academy product. Also played VFL football. Meakin with a great left foot kick. I don't know if he was going for it, but he set his teammate up to perfection, and they've got a chance at their 4th.
Well, it's good when you kick to the advantage of the forward, that's for sure. Comes around the corner. It's all clear. That's another goal to the Magpies. Instant response. They move to 4-2-26 to 2-1-13. As the scoreboard's going off with goal. So just trying to keep an eye on that to see how long is left in the quarter.
We're going to see, despite the conditions, fairly high-scoring quarter, Carl. It's been great as we hit time on.
Well, again, pretty cool conditions this evening, but the rain has stayed away so far, which is good. Not a lot of breeze. There's a bit of a breeze being pushed towards this broadcast side.
Let's hope it stays away, because we know what could be coming on the end of it now as Sherwood brings the ball to green out of the ruck there from Ethan Harris. as the Kings burst the ball forward. There's a 3-on-3 contest here at the high forward. Slips out the back now. There's another opportunity. Right foot kick, just hacks it forward.
No way!
What's a stun! Angus O'Brien. A beautiful goal on the burst. Great centre clearance. Perfect finish from the right foot.
Gee, sometimes you just got to get the ball on boot, and he probably had a bit more time than he thought, actually. He just got the ball on boot pretty much instantly, and it just sailed through dead straight over the goal umpire's head. And we talk about instant responses. There's one from the Kings.
And we just, I cannot get over. We don't have the precise stats of guns.
No.
But we've had 10 scoring shots came out between both sides, and I reckon we probably would have had 15 inside 50s between the two. So they're scoring 70% plus with inside 50s. That's, dare I say, that was Coorparoo's 5th inside 50, and that's their 4th score.
Well, the last 5 minutes, the Kings are going bang, bang, bang.
Well, they've got 3 inside 50s and 3 goals. That's just crazy how crazy that is.
Well, here we go. That was a free kick in the middle of the ground. That's class. Deputy vice captain for the Magpies this year. Ball gets over the back. There's going to be plenty of that. And that found a high shot. It was definitely there. So it's going to be a free kick going to the Kings. And it looks like it's James London across half-back who's going to take it. Look at the numbers on the scorecard side. It's all hit that way. Giles tried to get up. They flip by in the air. Oh, that could be dropping the footy. Yes, there's the umpire. Good effort there. That's Cooper Stone. Stone's going to kick towards half-forward. That's a good kick. Instantly plays on the Magpie on that occasion. Not the best kick going inside attacking 50. Not forgiven on that occasion. Sliding in. The ball came out. Played it up. And it's 50.
So that was a mark and a 50-metre penalty paid there to Nathan Dowsett. Now he's got a one-on-one, so he's just got to run and bomb the ball as far as he can. Teammate coming
front.
They all fall down. Sherwood the numbers there. We've had a couple of changes on the interchange bench here, Sherwood, and that is a moment that has gone further. Kane Browning, they had 2 free players, Sherwood, off the interchange. That ball for them to go into the field on the right.
Well, they're going to get a chance here, the Kings, to go back into attack. They'll launch this ball towards half forward. Again, plenty of numbers. Got to the front, looked like it was Austin there. Couldn't take the mark. Ball still dribbling around the front. Oh, look at that from Sherwood. Good effort there by Glass again. Glass, unfortunately, turns it over and sets up a shot on goal, possibly.
Yeah, that's the second time that's the result of turnovers come out here for the Pies, and now Angus O'Brien, who kicked that great goal before, and it was great, let's be honest, right foot check side on the Burstdale, Ty Gallup last week in the VFL, but here he's got to go right to the left.
Well, he started the game off pretty well with that goal before. Then he finished it off again, right foot. Unfortunately, he's pushed it way left. Just snuck in for a minor score. So, 3-2-20 to 4-2-26. They got back into this contest quickly, Coorparoo. 24 minutes played in the opening quarter, and it's game on Anzac Day.
The game looked to get away from the Kings earlier on. It was 19-point lead, and they've kicked 3 of the last 4 to come back in. There was an open forward line here for Sherwood. The Kings did have some players sitting back, and you'll see a stoppage. So actually Sherwood do have a couple of players standing off the ball. So this would be a very interesting prospect if the ball were to come out to half forward, commentary side of the ground. It is now Fletcher who's got that option.
Good kick.
That could be perfect. It was out to Crichton now, who kicked the goal earlier on in the game, puts it up towards Cameron and high half forward. The ball just stopped dead in front of the great man Dion Menzies, the leading photographer here in QAFL. Sends it inside the forward. He's a leading photographer everywhere, must be said. As the Kings now just hack it forward. A boundary line will be good for them, and it will. And how will the umpire see this? Out of bounds. Boundary throw in between wing and half forward. It's the Pies by 6 points, 25 gone here in the first.
Well, the one I'm trying to keep an eye on is Fletcher. He hasn't had a lot of the ball. Looks like he might be getting tagged in that midfield group.
He's also spending a bit of time at half forward and rotating off the bench a bit more too.
It seems that way as well. So keep an eye on the captain of the Magpies. Almost laid a tackle there. Ball just drifts up. Austin playing out the back. Here's a chance for the Magpies to rebound. Mitchell. Glass dropped a mark he probably should have taken. Ball still rolling around. Not quite sure where the ball is. It's a yellow footy covered in mud. Good luck finding that.
Come back on for the last couple of minutes here for the Pies. Well, on the bench here, we've got Tom O'Kelly and Cal Gladstone in both of them.
Rucks can win possession cleanly on that occasion. Here come the Kings. Launches the ball towards Truce and half forward. Good mark again by Austin. Looks like he's found his niche back there at half back.
He's a good forward player back in the day.
Is he what?
He can play both ends. Mr. Versatile in game 100.
He's a great contested mark, which is why they're probably using behind the footy in this first quarter. Play continues. Mount Gravatt trying to turn the ball over, and it still ends up in the hands of Sherwood though. Decide to go back before they go forward. Kick towards half forward. No clear winner. Ball again comes off the hands. Gets out the back. That could be a high tackle. Clarence said the umpire. Pushing and shoving. Couldn't get a handball out. That's holding the ball.
Good on first option there. There's a little bit of tension there at half back there for the Kings. Well, it's dangerous too if they give away the free.
Well, that's the thing, Andy. I'll keep an eye on the push and show. You keep an eye on the play.
Well, they're going to bring it out here towards the commentary side here. The Kings, they've got the overlap happening here. So they're going to slow down just a little bit. Callan in front of the option here. It's O'Brien. O'Brien will look to go up towards high half forward. I don't know if you like it. It's not right. McLean will be the option. There will be the target now.
Oh, great Shepherd.
Right foot kick on its way, Kate Browning, and just misses. That's Jess McLean. He's got one goal, one on the board today. Forward. Anzac Day football. You've got Andy. You've got you. Anzac Day football.
Jeez, that was a great Shepherd by Joshua Ferguson. Unfortunately, couldn't finish off the good work. He decided not to attack the footy as Sherwood launched a 60-metre bomb into the middle of the ground and instantly go back into attack. As plays come together, probably couldn't take the mark. Here's a chance for the Magpies. Snap on goal, comes to the front again. 2-on-1 in favour of the Kings though, and they're going to come out of trouble once more.
That was right there. Clear kick across half back there for the Kings. Ball on the outer side. Just got moved the ball. Forced the turnover now. Sherwood back inside the forward 50. The Pies do have some numbers. Ball switch at the back. Thompson from the top of the goal square just needs to get Bird on the ball. That is strong defence. It's still inside the field of play and taken over for a rush behind. And we now take on the 28.5 minutes gone. It's Sherwood by 6 points.
Jeez, I'm keeping a close eye on whoever was trying to smuggle that ball.
That was desperation, wasn't it?
Talk about desperation. He just about lost his head off his shoulders with the bird coming through. It's a great bravery from the Kings player on that occasion. This may be the far side of the ground, so I'll keep an eye on him. Great effort by him.
Bobby, stay ground!
Don't come if you want. Looking for Giles. Decides not to use him. Finds the teammate anyway. That's Smith. Smith in the head heel. Easy to work out who that is. Ball still again. Sherwood with the turnover. Kick to the pocket. Can he find a target? Dive in attempt to the mark. Just dropped at the last moment. Ball still. Oh, how is the kiddies coming out with that? They found a teammate looking to go back into the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick. Ball comes to ground again. Here come the Magpies. Short-fronted tackle attempt there. Got the ball on boot. Straight to the goal square. Good luck with that. Again, mark not paid. Play on. Snap on goal. Had more time than he thought. And he ends up kicking it down the floor.
It was overnight there with a left-foot attempt. And Owen Collins in the number 17. He's on fire for Sherwood in the last couple of minutes. Speaking on fire. And not quite on that occasion was Meeker on the outer side there for the Pies. Kick along the goal. It's ready to eye the needle now. The Kings are kicking the ball forward, redirected. And they've been told that see the Sherwood, they're slowing it down here. And Josh Campbell here just going on the bench. He's just going, take it easy. So Sherwood, go up towards centre half forward. When you've got possession of the ball, move at a frenetic pace if you can. The Kings will bring the ball to ground on the outer side there in front of the many adoring fans. On the best side of the ground in terms of playing surface. Sherwood paddle it forward momentarily. And the boundary umpires tonight, Ethan Vicari, Jack Doyle on the goals. We've got Jay Terry and Wanda Elise. Great to have our umpires on board. Kane Browning with the call.
Here we go again. Another boundary throw in. Good turnout here on a Friday night on Anzac Day. We've got the live band over that far side.
Play some ACDC, Kano. The place will be rocking.
On Anzac Day, I don't think so, Yendi. As play continues here, Sherwood again in the set behind the footy. Ball gets pushed towards half forward, off the hands, gets out the back once more. Could have been held. Play on, says the umpire.
That's Collins again.
Collins again, looking for a teammate. Put himself into trouble there. Collins again follows up. Unfortunately, he's given away the free kick though, over the shoulder. And the Kings are looking to move the ball quickly.
And the Kings on across the outer side, just over the top. And the siren sounds came down. A quarter that went 31, just shy of 31 and a half minutes. And we've got a very fitting game here at Giffen Park.
Well, the rain has still stayed away. Plenty of mud and slush on Giffen Park this evening. Anzac Day QAFL footy action. Sherwood lead Coorparoo 4-3-27 to 3-3-21. We'll come back after a short break for second quarter QAFL action. See you soon.
Good. Good stuff. Loving it. Loving it.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the Personal Injury Lawyers. Kicking goals for Queenslanders since 1983. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
So just, and these are little things that we'll work on. So if I call a goal, you've got to stop. So you've got the next restart automatically.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the things I try and work out as well, and I've referred to this as a circuit break. So if I call the goal and you'll have it at that time from the ball to get back to the middle, it's depending on how long it takes, I might chip in with something, like just say like a 2 second thing, and I refer to that as a circuit break.
Yes.
Because then what that does, that gives you a break.
Yes.
Because you can go into
Yes.
40 seconds
Yes.
and then take the play again. So I'll tune in with a quick comment, go, there's just looking forward to that match up on the wing, just something random, just to create that circuit breaker, and then you take the bounce.
Yes.
So that's, yeah.
That works.
But mate, just flying.
Don't bang. Again, mate, give it a bit of
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm just looking, I'm hoping I can match up. Come on, but I'm just looking at the Kings. It looks like it is. I don't think Jonah White's playing. And I'm right, yeah. Jonah White's not playing, so Jesse Joyce is coming. And it looks like with that goal kicker, we'll never know. Oh no, hang on, they've adjusted. Has Sherwood adjusted? No. So Coorparoo putting the goals up. Sherwood up. So for Coorparoo, I've got Jess McClay, Jack White, and Angus O'Brien. And then and Dylan Nelson. And so there's the fourth one. There's the one. Downside about being up here is that it's hard enough to get just quickly sit down and go, hey.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? I've been watching a lot of Haz's work through the camera and going, nailing it. Especially that nice little right foot check side there from Angus O'Brien. He was watching Ty Gallup, mate. He was kicking right foot checks off. Come back anytime we want to, guys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to round 4 Anzac Day QAFL footy. Coming to you live from Giffen Park. We've got Coorparoo versus Sherwood, and it's been a pretty good first quarter. Sherwood came out of the blocks pretty quickly, banged 3 goals on the board in the early stages, and then the Kings came back very quickly with a few goals of their own to the margin 6 points at the moment. My name's Kane Brown, still joined in the commentary box by the great man Chris Yendi. What did you think of the first quarter, Yendi?
Oh, mate, it was box office footy. Just that 19-point lead that the Pies held, they looked like they were going to get away with it. And for a rare occasion, the Kings were able to bring the ball over towards the punishment side. Sherwood turned the ball over a couple of times with stoppages. And we've seen 3 or 4 goals in a period there, caused by stoppages as well. So you're going to get that in wet conditions footy, no doubt about that at all. Both teams are electing to leave their forward line quite open. For the most part, Kano, when we do have stoppages from around that 60 to 80 metres out, they're going one-on-ones from that 0 to 50. So I almost wouldn't hesitate. I know we've seen Jack Austin play a little bit deeper as for Sherwood, but he's been playing that sort of deep role in defence for most of that quarter. But when we get a stoppage, that Coorparoo tend to put a player on him. So I wouldn't mind just a couple of players just peeling off the back, even defensively, and trying to win possession of the ball. Some of those hat kicks forward and result in quick goals from both sides.
Yeah, it's the efficiency going inside tackling 50, isn't it, Yendi? I mean, Sherwood again started that quarter really well. Really impressive. Austin playing almost that key back, spare man in defence, taking a couple of really tremendous contested marks behind the ball and playing pretty well. Forward of the footy, I mean, I looked down, I was looking at it before. I thought O'Brien started the game, that big, almost power forward for the Kings, moving up and down the ground. That's what you need in wet weather footy. And at the moment, it's a pretty even contest between the two. They pushed the margin back to 6 points when you thought, hang on, Sherwood might get a real roll on, kick 6 or 7 quick. But the Kings have hit back well.
The players are really standing for me for Sherwood, and it's no surprise given their development, but just in looking where he's number 5. Part of the Brisbane Lions Academy last year and playing some VFL footy this year. And James Crichton, who led the goal, he comes from part of the VFL program there. And we've got other fellas who've got below with VFL experience too. So you're looking at some of these more players that have played up like more of an elite level, being able to come to be a part of the QAFL system and then handing the ball a lot more clean out in these wet conditions. That's the reason why Sherwood are getting the ascendancy. We've got Owen Collins smack bang in the middle with the number 17, and we've got Megan Hill in the commentary wing. So all the alarm bells ringing just in terms of those matchups already for Sherwood.
Well, here we go for second quarter Anzac Day QAFL action. It looked like the Magpies got the first tap out, but Coorparoo were trying to get that first clearance, which they do now. Bit up and under. Ball again comes to the front. Fletcher was there for the Magpies. He might end up back with it here. Yes, he does. Finds a spare man out wide. Look out, you could be in trouble. Here we get the ball on boot in the end. Good defensive effort there by the Kings. Trying to win the ball back. The Magpies, even numbers, and the Kings have won it back. Snap around the corner towards half forward. No clear winner on that occasion. If the ball gets out of the back, the Magpies could be in trouble defensively. Here's a chance for the Kings. Kick to the hot spot. Who's going to win this ball? Players come together. Great effort for both sides on that occasion. Could have been holding the ball. Play on, says the umpire. Ball rolling around. Magpies trying to clear. Ball rolling towards the boundary line. Oh, look at the players come together on that far side. Ball gets back to the hot spot. Good attempt at a mark. Couldn't hold it though. And Sherwood coming out of trouble. Ball rolling towards back. Oh, what are you doing there, mate? One hand pick up, no good. Snap on goal, it's on! Is that the big fella again? I think it is. Morgan Smith.
Started the game on the bench, Kano, when he's come on to assert his dominance. It goes to show, Kano, that you start the great man Morgs on the ground to start the quarter, he's going to have an impact for you on the scoreboard. So Sherwood got off lightly there, but they did have that +1 in defence, as we sort of spoke about earlier. Then the Kings were able to force that one-on-one contest, which made it very, very challenging. You mentioned there the poor pick-up there from Cameron there. He went with the one hand. You don't do that in these conditions. Someone who's played AFL football, let's pick up the ball to the men's game.
And again, even if you fumble it, you can push the ball towards the boundary line or push the ball towards the teammate. You go for that one-hand pickup, you could be in all sorts of trouble, especially in that part of the ground. And the Kings made them pay on that occasion. As play continues now.
We've got 4 of the last 5 here, the Kings, after trailing by 19 points through that first quarter.
And O'Brien again has had a real good start to the second quarter again. Just his body work off the footy has been really good in the second quarter already.
That size to advantage as the rucks are contested. It's won the ground there by Harris there for the Pies. And you see another stoppage. One-on-ones to the right, although Meek and for Sherwood.
You've got Ballantyne in the ruck for the Kings too.
Sherwood coming a long way inadvertently there from Molly Cruz. The promising young stars of this team who goes in to try and have an impact on this contest. Fletcher taking the ground. The umpire says we'll see a stoppage. Just noticed the quarter-time break there, Carl. Jonah White not playing, the captain for Coorparoo, but coming in for him was Jesse Joyce.
Keep an eye on that. Joyce is a pretty good player as well. He's had a good start to the season. That ball was a bit up and under as well. Players come together. Good juggling mark there by the Kings. And that was London again. He's had a pretty good start to the game this evening. Ball hits the hands. Who's going to win this contest? Good pick up on that occasion. Couldn't get some space though. Here come the Magpies. Forcing the ball backwards again before going forwards. Here's Cameron now right in front of us. Trying to get the ball on board. Instantly goes to Brown. The Kings have turned it over. Found a teammate. And that's number 26 in Ferguson. Ferguson goes long. 1-on-1 play in front was O'Brien. Is it paid for man in front? No, it's not.
It was paid to Austin. It was a loose defender there from Sherwood. It was there for an eternity. Kings have an opportunity there on the outer side. They straighten up, go through the corridor. That adjustment to 15. Just bursting on the ground here was Lake. Lake is screaming for it. Centre half forward here for Coorparoo. They had to go to him. Elected to go that little bit longer. It'll suit them here. Going up and drawing the contact is Lockie McClare, and they'll have a shot on goal from about 15 metres out, slide angle for the right footer.
I thought that might have been Giles down there with that free kick. Just wait till he turns around. I think it might. Yes, it's Giles.
No, Lockie McClare for.
Back one.
Oh, sorry.
It's hard.
I'm doing real well. These jumpers do clash a little bit later, Glenn, so apologies for that.
McClare here from relatively close range. Still no goals, an easy one here, but for him, it's academic. And Coorparoo, they have gone on a tear in the last 23 minutes of play. They have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals to hit the front after being 19 points down, 12.5 in the first term. 5 players have kicked goals, Kano, so they're sharing the load around.
Well, again, just their intensity has really picked up since that period in the first, really, past probably the first 8 or 9 minutes of that opening quarter, Gendy. Their pressure's picked up, their work rate has picked up, and they're really winning those 50-50 contests in the middle of the ground, clearing it well, and just setting up their forwards one-on-one, inside taking 50 and giving themselves the best chance on goal.
And it's interesting too that it's the first goal from the Kings, and the set shot, with most of the goals across the game already today, as you expect in the conditions, they've all been from general play. So their set shots taking place as Collins dishes it out now to his teammate. Rightful kick up towards high half forward, lands it nicely in the lap there of Knight, goes on his favourite left foot, just puts it high into the sky. And Scott Mark playing running full chest it. And they're going to have another shot on goal here, Sherwood. Talking about set shots going up. It's Fletcher. Plays it good. Kick their second goal. Well, the first bunch of them 7 shots.
Well, talk about kicking it to the forwards advantage. That was perfectly set up for Fletcher to run onto it.
We mentioned he plays quite a bit more half forwards tonight.
State player representative last couple of years in the QAFL.
So Fletcher now, right to left around this one, just gave it too much air to the left. That's a minor score. Cuts a margin back to 5 points to Coorparoo. They've got all one momentum. As they go through, you've got Kane, you've got Harry, you've got Yendy, and most importantly, your company, thanks to Bradman, who does this.
Play continues now. Mountain back again. Launch the ball out from full back. Ball gets handed back. Players come together. Could have been a free kick. No, so the umpire. Here's a chance for the Magpies to go back into attack. Free kick found in. Flip over here. That's Cruz, Oliver Cruz, should I say, and a good chest mark in the end. Contested chest mark. To the big fella down there. It looks like Crichton once more line up for goal number 2.
Yeah, Crichton made his VFL debut last week on Good Friday footy against the Pies, and he's playing for the Pies in this game here. And I've just noticed that he's playing with a lot more confidence. He played some pretty good footy last week and getting good positions.
Crichton line up for goal number 2. This could be a good response for the Magpies, but again, I'm curious, but I'm pretty sure. I reckon 90% of the missed shots have gone to the left on that end of the ground.
No, the breeze isn't having an impact in this game.
So they're pushing the ball left on too many occasions, both sides.
The kick there from Crichton came off his big step. Dangerous kick. Almost taken there by Harris there for the Pies. They've got their time to shine as Mitchell up and under kick. Up towards the centre half forward, going up and not being able to take the mark. It was Crichton. Here come the Kings on the outer side. Great defensive work established there by Campbell. Campbell now on the burst. Has to go towards the top of the square.
Good kick. Oh, no, it wasn't.
That time you need to get the kick on the inside.
I saw the spare in the goal square and thought that was a perfect kick and got pushed out on the full, unfortunately.
They put their hands out of it almost to suggest from our vantage point that he was just going to let it go through, came down.
That's a perception problem for myself here in the broadcast area. Keep an eye on that. I'll try to. This play continues now. Malcolm Vatt, the Kings, looking to go back into attack. They've got the spare. Can he get to him? Austin again. He's having a game of his life this evening.
Game 100. He sent a lift for the big games. And the last game that they played too against Maroochydore, Jack Austin got 10 coaches' votes. So he got 5 from each of the coaches. So both coaches voting best on ground. So maybe the umpires could have seen that as well. Not hard to see why tonight he's on track for another perfect.
But the way he's playing at the moment, Austin, is perfect position, perfect play, and he's making the right choices, which is good to see from a 100-gamer. As that ball gets chipped towards the goal square, rolling.
Right, look, get in out here! Go!
So Kings. 4-5-29. 5-4-34 to the Kings. 4-5-29 to the Magpies. That kicks off the side of the boot again. Wet conditions. It's going to happen a fair bit this evening. This is the target, and the Kings are going to go back into attack through Kel Gatson. Gatson now. Where's he going? Chips that ball. Didn't find a teammate. That ball got slowed down from about 40 metres away.
And that was John O'Giles just
That
going
was
over.
John O'Giles, that time.
But he was playing in that half of the ground too, Kano. So the double-fisted barrel towards the boundary line there.
Now that's defending.
Yeah, he's one of his box office when he gets going. He has some VFL experience under his belt. Ball hits the ground here on that half back here for Sherwood. Strong tackle Wade. And the ball will be seen out of bounds. And very much looking forward to the call tomorrow, Kano. We've got 4:45 p.m. here. We've got Aspley taking on Southport. We've got the great man Daniel Viles, the voice of women's footy, but he's been joined by a very special guest, Jamie Stanton, who's played all sorts of AFL football across the AFLW competition. That is going to be box office.
No, that'll be brilliant tomorrow afternoon. As play continues here, here's a chance for the Magpies. Looking for Mitchell at half back. Looking for a target, didn't quite get there. That ball come off the boot. No, says the bad.
We've just seen Morgan Smith there, who was impeded. He was looking at the umpire and ready to go and pick the ball up, thinking he got the free kick. Umpire rightfully said, no, not a chance, not tonight.
So the umpire is going to throw this back in. The two big fellas in Ballantyne and Harris. Ball comes to the front, no clear winners. Players come together against. You're not going anywhere, guys. no stoppage.
Coorparoo have got one loose player. They've just had a switch here on the commentary wing now. So he's going to run to the contest with this. In fact, so Ben Hogan is playing that loose player just off this contest.
London came back on the ground for the Kings as well. As Harris won the tap out on that occasion. Purchase on the kick goal. We got the extra number. Kicks towards half forward. He's got to beat 3 of them. Almost does. Pushes the ball towards the boundary line and great effort by the captain of the Magpies, Will Fletcher. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Pies and Jack Clark has just come on as well. Ashcroft took the bag of goals in recent times for the Pies in his debut for the club this season. Having a good run of it so far. Tackle is locked in by Jesse Clark. Goal. 5. 19 points. 12.5 minutes into the first term. We'll see another repeat stop.
Yeah, but Bailey Thompson tried to do the pirouette on that occasion. Almost got caught holding the ball by 4 Kings players. So got away with that one. Play continues. Ball still rolling around. Someone pulled that one back into the contest. Play on, says the umpire. Ball still bouncing around here. Good tackling from both sides. Locks it up again. The ball moved about 3 inches.
Like the work there from Thompson came.
No, you're right, baby.
No, good effort there as Harris got the tap out again on that occasion. The ball moved 3 inches the other way. So the ball's not going very far at the moment. But Magpies into attack, trying to be a bit cute there, looking for Fletcher. Ball gets pushed over the boundary line.
Stay, Ida, stay!
Still got Jack Austin playing that loose defender. He's standing on the commentary wing. Another loose defender standing about 20 metres behind him. So, worrying concerns here for
Bit more central, Cassie. Yep.
Could have been a free kick for holding in the ruck contest. Play on. Sherwood play. Kings almost clothesline there on that occasion. Play continues now. Now the Kings looking to go back into attack. Harris, what are you doing back there? Keep on the footy. Austin found a handball to Harris. Handballed it at his front place, so that's not good for the big man. But they've got the extra time. No, they don't. And again, good effort by the Kings defensively. And that was Nathan White forcing the ball over.
That's good defensive work there from the Kings because they saw Collins, who tried to dart back into the corridor on his right, on his favoured right foot. He couldn't. He didn't have any options going towards boundary side, so put the pressure on and force the stoppage that we've got at the moment. And they were -2 around the contest. Rolls and Mark hugs the boundary line. Commentary wing again. He has a target down the line in Josh Ferguson, close to the boundary line. That goes a little bit up towards the corridor, bounced off the chest. The play's cleaned up. Working tirelessly there at ground level was Morgan Smith. You see a ball.
Austin on that occasion.
Haven't seen a goal in 10.5 minutes of play, okay?
Harris got the tap out again, found a teammate, got kick around the corner, not the best. Here's a chance for the Kings. Got the span on the spin car side, decide not to use him. Going long. Austin perfectly set up, good contest though. Ball gets out the back, we've still got the extra number. Ends up with Austin, kicks around the corner. Couldn't find a teammate. Oh, off the ball, Shepard.
He's the ball. The ball though came.
Play on, said the umpire. Here come the Kings. 1-on-1, 2-on-1. Bring the ball to ground. The ball actually gets out the back. Here's a chance. Got the ball on boot. Got to the side of the boot though, so it ended up with a Magpie. Austin ends up with it. trying to find a teammate and does a cross half back. The crowd was pleading for a free kick to the Kings. But Elijah Glass moves on.
The ball goes up towards the middle of the ground now, and slingshot footy here for the Pies. The ball is starting to open up. Here is Owen Collins. Lovely tackle, while there would be tackle there for the Kings. Handball back through the corridor now. He's looking for Glass under siege as an option further afield now, and starts to go deeper in the centre half forward. Bounce off the chest of his opponent there. Finds a teammate hard up there on the boundary line, up towards the top of the goal square, off hands. That's the goal behind it, and the Pies have not kicked a goal. This is centre half into the second team last goal. 22 minutes.
Well, 4 points of margin still in favour of the home side here. The Kings have got back into this contest extremely well and taken the lead. They're going to come out from full back once more. Hayes is coming out on back on the ground here. There's Gadsden. They're not going to go as far as him. He's still shooting 25 minutes from his ball. He might be involved in this contest as players come together. Gadsden ends up with it, surprise, surprise. Instantly tackled though, another stoppage. It's okay, great effort there on that contest. Kick on high. Umpire got blindsided on that occasion. He wasn't going to see that for Good tackle there, dropped the footy instantly. Should have been a free kick. Play on. End off hand, so that's going to be a very good throw.
Yes, push back. 16. Yes.
Coming on the ground, the former Brisbane Lions VFL star, just enjoying his country, running around at Springfield and doing some wonderful things for his footy club at Coorparoo. Saw the opportunity to be a part of something special. He's certainly doing a wonderful job at that. Trying to draw the free kick there with
Get it out, Jack, get it out! Work back! Work back! Slow, Bob, slow!
Ferguson and Austin kicked down the line, so they had to go through a corridor. That was the only choice they had to do, and it might be a turnover here. Collins, he's wrapped up straight away. He had no prior opportunity. Glass now working his way out of traffic up towards centre half forward. Off hands, there could be a goal here coming for the Pies. It's a 3-on-1. Kings were going to muffle it there. Ball goes deep inside the forward line. Suck it off the ground. Was that in danger? No, it wasn't. Kick off the ground. Goes across the face of the goal. Look at Andrew throwing. 19.5 minutes gone out of his turn. You've got Cam Brown, you've got Harry, you've got Denny, and you've got you. Here on Friday night, Andrew.
Well, that's you'd always consider that a win, but
we take that as a stoppage inside the forward line.
there is a player down right on the point post line on that side. Now the umpire's seen it. Very slowly getting up there. Again, wet conditions, you dive on the footy, you could get
That was the incident there where he tried to suck it off the ground, didn't he?
Yes, he did. So that ball's getting thrown back in. No clear winner on the ruck contest. Who can win possession here? No one on this occasion. Another stoppage. On the hot spot, 10 metres out directly in front. Players come together again. Sorry. Play continues. The Kings trying to clear it. Handball towards the boundary line. No one in particular. Andrew Thrower.
I was just going to say there, Kano, Sherwood have actually built a wall with 3 defenders, all unmarked, clearing across this side of the attacking side of the ground. So if the Kings were to get the hurry kick away, the ball's going to get cut back in. So
they are quite a distance away from this contest, though. It's an interesting that they're setting that up, because it's almost that sort of kicking it up, the 2 kicks behind the play rather than one.
It's going to, if you're a defender in this situation where it's congested, you're probably just going to try to ball the bird, aren't you? It's going to skid in that extra probably 10-15 metres. Then to throw in, attacking the side for the Pies. Seeing the play come off the green there. Kane will keep an eye on that.
I'll keep an eye on that, Andy.
Ball inside the forward 50 here for Sherwood. Had no prior opportunity. Keeps the ball moving. Can the Pies get one here? The Kings are relentless under enormous pressure. On to protect clearance, kick out towards half back.
It's Dowson coming off for the Kings in all sorts of angles. Either holding the ribs or almost holding his right hip. So I saw that in between the two, and he's not in a good way at all. So we'll keep a close eye on that.
Sort of that kick off the ground there by the Pies and driven across the coast and goal.
I think that's where it
They might
was.
have accidentally kicked him, not kicked him directly,
No.
took a boot to ball.
Purely incidental, yeah?
The rest of the kicking action.
Accidental, sorry.
Yeah.
Not incidental. Nothing worse than them kicking the ribs on the way through is I'm both found a free kick. Now, what's going on here? There's a Sherwood player that got sort of spun off the ball. Free kick's going on the Kings.
Jenna!
It's short, that's okay. Still across our back. Now, we haven't seen too much switching from the Kings at all this evening. A lot of down line stuff like this. Numbers around this ball, Austin's perfectly set up. Brought the ball to the front. Again, another up and under kick. Good attack from both players on that occasion. Force the ball over. Better throwing far side.
The Pies led Coorparoo 3-2 after the first turn. In that time, it's been 1 goal 4 to 5-3. So it is in the space of 32 minutes of footy, Kano, it has been one-way traffic essentially for Coorparoo.
As the play continues now, that ball's going to force over again. Another bounded throw-in.
We haven't seen 2 goals kicked for the quarter, both coming to the Kings. After we saw a really good, red-hot start, I know the players are starting to get a bit of a feel for the contest. This would happen if it was the 2 best sides in the competition. That's what the conditions are producing.
Great boundary throw-in by the umpire on that occasion. High and long. As play continues, Kings end up with it. Trying to find a teammate. Again, dropped the mark he probably should have taken in dry conditions. Sherwood trying to turn the ball back over. The Kings win it once again. This little handball game isn't working for them though, as the pressure comes from the Magpies. Kick towards centre forward. Players come together. Can't let this ball get over the back. As the Kings defend once more. Not the best of kicks. Towards the boundary. Now is that out on the full? Yes, it is.
Elijah Bass with a free kick, and he's told to go. Kick inside the forward 50. The Kings, they had front position. They almost got to bring it out towards the Coventry side. They like to go up the corridor. And the Pies do have numbers. There's no one inside the forward 50 here for the Kings, so it'll be an old-fashioned foot race with himself. I think that might be Jack Ratton on the outer side. It definitely is. Gets to the 40 metres out, tried for the 3rd attempt. Unlucky. Ball there on the outer side, Sherwood utilising the extra numbers, but unfortunately for them, there's going to be more numbers for the Kings this side of the ball, but the ball bounces fortuitously there for the Pies through the dry part of the ground. Working his way beautifully there was Fletcher. Dribbling kick up towards high half forward. Lovely contest here. Collins just looking for that teammate to come through. Finds him beautifully. Left foot kick inside the forward 50. Good defensive work there by the Kings. Slips over the back. Cameron couldn't quite go to the ball and the Kings are away.
Kings defending well again. Trying to find the teammate. One-on-one. He's going to push this ball forward. Right there. Ball rolling around the ground. Great effort by Austin though. Went to ground. He's able to force the ball over the boundary. Boundary throwing broadcast side.
That's a win there for the Kings there. It essentially became a 5-on-2, and that was gutsy, clever work there by McClare. Just did that nice little kick that knew that was going to dribble out towards the boundary line.
And Austin again defending well as that spare man. But the way the Kings are, the areas the Kings are trying to go into attack, it's perfectly set up for a guy like Austin just to sit that kick spare behind the ball and intercept it well at the moment. Here comes Fletcher. Captain of Magpies got the hand on ball. There's a free kick for being led.
He was trying to get that handball away. The tackle slips, grabbed his leg, and being momentum.
So Fletcher's going to have it here across half back.
Going to kick Collins up here is about high half forward. He can do it with one big kick, and he's almost unopposed here. He sees him too.
Well, players are coming back. 1-on-1. Kings have the mark. Again, the Kings defend well. Harris looks a bit out on his feet, looking for that half-time break. Ball gets out of the back, misses the flat break. And no stoppage in between the two arcs.
Good to see the 2 stars there from Sherwood, Collins and Fletcher.
Meakin bursts onto the ground. Neither ruckman able to get hands on the ball. Collins throws it forward and it's thrown out there, hacked forward there by the Kings up towards high half forward. Trying to draw the free kick, not forthcoming there was Darcy pressed. Umpire will call leg and play the advantage now. And eventually the Sherwood team will head inside the forward 50. Off hands. Great defensive work there by the Kings. They're out here though, the Pies. On his own, he's going to almost get the line. So you stop it. He's around about 35 metres out from Sherwood's goal.
Jeez, whether the Kings have been able to just get a hand in or a boot in or even a hip and shoulder in on the last round, they've defended so well since about 10 minutes into the first quarter to try and get back in their game and still maintain the lead as the Kings come away from half back. Ball gets over the back. They were looking for O'Brien. O'Brien's still around this pack. Lays a good tackle. Play on said the umpire. Another good tackle laid by the Kings. Forces the stoppage right in the middle of the ground.
27 and a half minutes. Two goals kicked for the quarter. There was 6 kicked for the 7 kicked for the first term. Going out unopposed there was Harris. Unconvincing by any stretch of the imagination. And up towards half forward. Ricochets off touch. Here comes Knight. Left foot kick inside the forward 50 as a teammate in a perfect position there in Ashgrove. He's trying to draw the free kick there.
Front on contact.
Dragged his, had the hand back to a bit of a struggle with the other. I said no. This game is playing nicely in the field of his hands because Sherwood need that slingshot, pulsating end-to-end footy. They play that exciting brand of footy that she's been around a lot of school and Coorparoo we have just
well, it looks like London is lined up on glass. So that's an interesting midfield battle between those two. Here comes Knight, left foot snap on goal. Push to the front of the goal, so that's pushed over the boundary line on the right forward pocket.
Just like the right of screen, Kane, as the ball moves over there, and you've got half a dozen to the team players just moving in unison across the other end of the ground. It's like line dancing, isn't it?
Oh.
Like dancing with your sister.
I'm going to leave that one alone, Andy. As play continues now. Ball got pushed to the front of the ruck contest. No clear winner. Kick on ball. Is that a goal? Yes, it is. No one touched that, said the umpire. So a goal out of nothing really for the Magpies there, and they've got the lead back. The margin is all of a sudden 2 points in front of the Magpies.
Well, that ends a massive run, and of course, out of that situation here in the dark, we've got no idea. We've got donuts or not who was able to kick that goal.
Well, hopefully we can find out as the quarter progresses towards half time. Keep an eye on that one, Yendi.
They're back in front though. That's massive for Sherwood.
It was a goal for nothing, really, was it?
That was the only way it was going to happen. Just to manufacture something out of the blue. We're on the restart here. That ends a run of nearly 40 minutes without. Actually, nearly 40 minutes between goals for the Pies as Rucks contest again. And this is where they're usually dominant Sherwood and bottling it up there nicely. Coming with a sliding tackle as Giles Bluntby. Here comes the last, like a slippery heel, works his way out of it. Right foot kick up and under. So we'll get to in a minute here. Trying to get front position, not forthcoming there was Nelson. Ball hacked out towards half back. Pick up momentarily. You see it being rethrown as Angus Parnell says it out of bounds for Sherwood and the Blue, so the Kings playing great defensive brand of footy. They trail this one by 2 points in those stages of this first one.
All of a sudden in the midfield you had the likes of Mitchell and Fletcher and those usual players that when they need a run they put them in that midfield group to try and get some ascendancy, and they got the clearance straight away. As play continues here, Mitchell's just off this pack. Could be used. No, he's not. That ended up in the hands of Meakin, and unfortunately smothered off the boot. Boundary throwing.
Just full of praise for the defensive work here for Coorparoo. They've had to work in overdrive in this quarter. The weather was stormy here for Sherwood, and if not for the guys like London, as you mentioned time and time again, this scoreboard could be looking very different.
Well, the big throw there, Ballantyne. I'm used to seeing someone named Ballantyne a lot shorter than he is. Play on continues. Good front on tackle. Play on to the umpire. No, actually, it's on the ball. And did not like did not like the amount of aggression going in on that tackle. Bit of push and shove between players. Free kick's going to go to Jack Wright. Cross half back. 31 and a half minutes played in the second quarter.
Back here for the Kings. That's ignored. Numbers. 31 in this instance here. Nathan White is bending Dutchfish across half back. Every player ahead of him at the moment, which is good for Sherwood as they send the ball coming out of bounds. That was Elijah Glass. And Gano, first quarter went to 31 and a half minutes. We're up to 32 minutes at the moment, and we've seen fewer goals.
Well, it's interesting. We've probably seen a lot more stoppages in the second quarter. So that's probably where it's evened it out. That ball gets thrown back in again. Yes, it was Harris. Bazaldine, the Valentine in the back for the Kings. Free kick's going to go to the Kings. It's up in the hands of Nathan White. White, unfortunately, can't get out to the ball forward. And it's Cameron. Cameron launches a ball, gets over the back. Good intercept there by the Kings defence once more, though. They're working well together. Oh, that could be on the ball, though. Got the handball away somehow, but it's instantly turned over. Can the Magpies get a late score before half-time? Not at this stage. Again, bit of push and shove.
Yeah, a bit of action there for the dozen or so sitting on top of the ute. This is footy at its finest here. Anzac Day football. You've got Kane, you've got Haz, you've got Yenny, and you've got your company here. Well, thanks to Braden and the windows and doors, as Sherwood again looking to try and push forward through Glass. Who's the intended target again? Just trying to paddle the ball up towards the corridor. The Kings defence working overtime, and they've certainly paid their dues. Right foot kick just hacked off the side of the instep of the boot, goes out of bounds, and the guys in the utes over there thinking of a stat almost a bit better than your stat earlier on in the QAFL W, mate.
No.
I wasn't sure what code of footy you were playing.
No. Oh, forget about that. Oh, great attempt at a mark there. Trying to claim the mark too. I think it was Ferguson down there. That wasn't going to happen. No, Thompson, sorry.
His teammate in front of him actually got first hands on the ball there.
Bailey Thompson ended up on his backside. Ball just dropped into his leg. He goes, I might try and claim this. As play continues, shot on goal. Another one to the Magpies. The far side, keep an eye on the player. Not quite sure. Right on the siren for half time. So.
And this one's not over yet. I mean, the siren has blown, so unable to identify the goal kicker, but he's just hanging off the back at the moment.
Keep an eye on that, Yendy. Keep an eye on the score as well. So it's moved to 5-4-34.
Yep.
I think we've just missed.
And it's
6-42 in favour of the away side in Sherwood. So they've got the lead back. Got a little bit of margin at half time. Players are going to be keen on the rest. Plenty of tired bodies. And I tell you what, Yendy, this is set up for a perfect second half. But we're going to go to a long break. We'll see you again soon for third quarter QAFL action after the break.
Just as long as it's not a leg there, mate. Oh, there we go. We've got which one? Sorry. Oh, yeah. So we missed the last goal. Just a
Goal to the before.
yeah.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. Kicking goals for Queenslanders since 1983. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
Good on you, mate. Love it.
Yeah, yo, hey, guess what? I believe that when I see when they new transaction price. That's like the same thing about the software.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you didn't work, yeah, it's just doing its own thing.
Yeah. It's my fault a lot more than the volume's being shot because I'm like, I think I've seen it a little bit better.
Yeah, and then it started going back and forth and like minute and a half sessions between the two.
Yeah, that's right. You right? Yeah.
I swear to God, I made that.
No, that's a 10 out of 10 by the judges.
Yeah, who's the judge?
Yeah. All of us.
Blinder than I.
He's going to be a national gymnastics champion coach. Oh, look out.
There's one thing I wasn't doing when I was younger.
Oh, you made it look better than what hasn't like it. Are you doing any games tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm doing that stuff.
Throws you like a quarterback. Keep it down. People insure things? Crikey. Are you doing the stream game tomorrow?
Yeah, I got this thing.
Oh, nice. You won't know what to do with yourself being in that box. I'll see you go from. I'm trying to think who's playing first.
You'll tell you. So it is Aston West Broad Beach
Nice.
at 2 o'clock for both games.
Yep.
And then there's Aston Southport 4:15 for both.
And I would take a stab and say you probably at Asprey you're going to get a better chance to capture some of the excitement because even if we're doing it basically where that scoreboard is, that's the worst case scenario where they're going to do it, like where this game is positioned. They're probably going to do it over there, so you're going to get more of that.
I've filmed at Astley before, and it's like basically in a coach's box, but it has a problem where it has a railing sort of against the fence,
Yeah.
so you can't really get clear the frame as you so
Yeah.
the corners are a bit not great, but other than that, you're still able to film like we're able to get the goals.
Yeah.
Which is
I must think we'll press the bus or something like that, just to I used to always look forward to Coorparoo last week because you knew that the weather was going to be crap. You just close the window and away you go.
I went to the gym for a year next to the elements there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what explains why you're the big guns now?
I don't go as much as I should.
I think everyone says that. You still go to the gym?
No,
That's cool. So good.
got a border collie. He's 2 years old now. Grew up on my mate's fence.
Oh no!
I said his dad's around when I thought he ends up doing service.
Did you get up for a door service this morning?
No, but my dad's an SES, so he always knows.
So what time was he out of bed this morning? My wife and I, we planned to go to the Gold Coast. She had her alarm set to 3:30, and she woke up and she's like, and then just as well because we sort of woke up at 5 o'clock and it was pouring down, horrendous, dumping rain, so loud that it sounded like a jet was flying over. It's like, oh well, if we were out there, we would have had an umbrella each, and an umbrella wouldn't have saved us. So, and our backyard got minor flooding because of that storm. So, I think that could have been us out there. We've had our time.
I had that kind of rain up in Caboolture, I think either a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And me and this guy were on this visitor filming Logan Union.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun. We're getting drenched with the generators turned off when the fucking, it was just like, this is unfilmable, why are they still playing? Sort of thing. It was like every like 5 minutes you'd have to wipe the lens because so much water was getting on the lens.
Was it blowing straight at you? Or?
Yeah. And so much water was getting on the lens that it was pulling the focus. Because we use autofocus, it was just like focusing on the raindrops. It's like, stop.
So you see these big droplets which look magnificent, but you can't see anything else.
No.
Yep.
get struck by lightning.
I've had to call games off back when I was playing before I had to call them off due to thunderstorms. There was a game where we couldn't get reception. We couldn't get reception for the stream or the radio. We used to play the radio for the stream, so we had flying over the top. And we couldn't get any internet signal, so our box couldn't talk back to the studio. So it was just a complete heads up. It ended up being Western because we had this I think, storm just ran right, and we would have got blown away. It was heavy scene.
I was filming the Pacific Youth Championship last year at QAFL, and the rain was so bad on the first day I did it that it broke my phone. Yeah, like I couldn't use my phone, so I had to go buy a new one.
Tell me they're phoning
Oh,
Tell me they cover it. That's got to be insurance.
it was out of pocket. It was just,
Mate, I bought your phone, mate. It was fucking $40 to buy the thing. I'm like, I'm not going on my phone. Just give me my SIM card. I'll pay for the phone number, and that's it.
fun is fun.
Because Dan and I were calling those games, and we were like, we turned the aircon up to 20 degrees, and we live at 18. Like, that was the only problem we
Look at you guys cooking in a car.
We're wearing this little box, like, you said the boxes is, probably from here, so you have the screen there and you tuck away and see the things back. So, when he's calling, because my game started a little bit later because our game set in, I can hear him going off while I was doing my intro. I'm like, must be really exciting over there. So he's getting really excited, going, oh, there's a lot happening over in the women's game.
I still remember that Labrador game, mate, where we had like the best calls of
Tony and I
all
called
time,
that last night.
and probably 90% of them didn't work.
Yeah, the signal just kept dropping in and out.
Didn't work. From here, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and it was such a good game. Everything about it was just amazing.
The call was perfect, everything
And
was...
the audio wasn't saved anywhere, so I couldn't even dub it over the top. I was like, oh, well, good practice for us.
I think they've actually changed it. They changed how audio works, so it goes straight into the camera. So that won't happen anymore.
Yeah.
That was, Well, don't worry, I spent 3 days waiting for the replay to watch it, and they just went, it just had video. No audio, no nothing.
I mean, this is having been over at Marooch Store last year with all those stories. It's like, you have stories to share for a long time.
You write a book when there's 7 in there.
Yeah. You don't forget your first name and you
Have a film.
Yeah, exactly. We can
Get the
come back
snorkel.
anytime.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Well,
Two,
yeah,
one. Alright. Oh, Lights are over, good now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to TPIL Lawyers QAFL Anzac Day action, coming to you live from Giffen Park here at Coorparoo on this wonderful Anzac Day evening. And what a game of footy this has been in the first half. My name's Kane Brand, still joined in the box by Chris Yend. And Yendi, what did you think of that first half?
Look, it was a fantastic game of footy. We knew at the end of the day that Coorparoo through Ben Hogan just had to work their backsides off in defence, and that was very challenging for them, but they held firm. For them to win, they've got to play just brutal, contested footy, and that's going to be a key for them. And Sherwood, when the game started to open up a little bit, when the likes of your Glass, your Meekins, your Collins, they started to get their hands on the footy because they're free-flowing attacking footballers. That's when things started to get back on their terms. So I think the stage is set. They did go nearly 40 minutes between kicking goals, Sherwood, and it wasn't surprised to see them kick 2 in the last 5 minutes of that second half because the damn wall eventually had to break eventually. But we see how good Jack Austin is. But the reality is he's such a quality defender. He's going to get a lot of the ball when you're a player of his quality, and you're not putting a forward on him just to shut him out of the contest. So he's going to keep winning that contest. every time when the ball keeps going forward.
It's harder to do it in wet weather, I know, but if you're able to change up the angles, like the Kings have done a couple of occasions, you catch blokes like Austin out because they get caught in two minds. Do I stay? Do I go? You get caught in no man's land, and they've got out the back a couple of times in coming back from across their half-back line, kicking the ball long, getting it out the back, and just forcing that forward 50 pressure, and they've come up with a few goals that way. So Sherwood, yeah, they seem to have been coasting for a little while. It was that arm wrestle in that second quarter. Coorparoo, for me, is in the box seat.
Yeah.
They've worked so hard to get back in this game. Unfortunately, they gave away the lead back into that second quarter, but I tell you what, if they can manage that first 1 or 2 goals in this third quarter, it's game on.
Yeah, well, they were able to hit the front after trailing by 19 points, and they were able to hold the lead for the most of that second quarter. So they've got to continue all that run of momentum. I just want to see Jack Lake and Jack Ratton get their hands on the ball a little bit more. Look, we know that Jonah Light not playing is a massive hole in that team. I want to see Kyle Dunkley get more of the ball. He's capable of kicking big goals. These are his conditions, and unfortunately for Coorparoo, they just don't have those bigger name midfielders that Sherwood has. But I think they've got that hard aspect that all of them just sort of play with this adrenaline. I do like the fact now, just looking at the centre bounce, they've got Jesse Joyce, who has whose storied career with Southport in the VFL, is making his comeback through the QAFL program. He's injected in the middle, so with Joyce and Dunkley, both of them seasoned campaigners in the VFL. I think they've played more than 100 games each. Look out, this is going to be, and with Will Fletcher in there too, Kano, this is an elite midfield in any game.
Well, it's game on here again at Giffen Park as play starts for the third quarter. Fletcher got a little clip behind the ear. Play on to the umpire. Ball drifts out toward this broadcast side. Again, players not really going for the footy in that contest. More like going for the man. Magpies trying to clear again. Again, that up and under kick really didn't go anywhere. Play on, said the umpire. Ball comes to the front. First onto it are the Kings. Got the ball on boot. Oh, he looks hurt here. Keep an eye on that. The ball just towards the forward pocket. Check side attempt. Far side out on the full. I saw legs still get twisted there, but both players have come out okay.
Yeah, that was Lake and Elijah Glass.
They got bad. They had bad knees written all over it. That collision there. So good to see they're back up on their feet as play continues.
Alston over the other side tries to find his teammates, gets through his hands, and they'll transition the ball beautifully.
Good handball.
I think running around the other side was Cruz. Cruz now rocking and rolling up through the corridor now, chips it inboard to Fletcher. They've got that running momentum here. This is the game plan that Sherwood have prefer to have the game on their terms. Lovely pick up on the burst. Handball's back in board. Collins will kick this, no doubt about it. Right foot kick around the body. Kano, I never doubted him. Never doubted him, Colo. And they've got the first of the second half. I put the house on him. I put my mortgage on him, and he didn't let me down.
Well, I believe that's his first goal of the afternoon, but I thought Fletcher had stuffed it up a little bit. They changed the angles beautifully going through the corridor, and Fletcher almost had a bit of a lazy kick going inside attacking 50. But I tell you what, Collins had a space all around him of about 15 metres. No one went anywhere near him. 45 out directly in front, and like you said, Yendi, that was all she wrote, and a great finish by Collins.
That's 3 goals on the bounce here for Sherwood after Coorparoo dominated that second term, basically dominated a quarter and a half, and then Sherwood, that's the slingshot footy that's what they want to play. That's where they're going to get the attack. That's where they're going to win the game. The only way Coorparoo have to win is to reduce that and get a really good slugfest on.
Good ruck contest there by the Kings, trying to clear the ball though. Sherwood's got the first hand to it. I'm not sure what that possession was. It looked like a handball. Half a throw, I think, as play continues. Round the corner kick. No one really attacked the footy. Good tap out. Got the handball out. Looking for Knight. Bit of a fumble. Slips over. Play continues. Handball to no one except a Magpie. Got the handball back in board. Could be on the footy. Yes, it is. That was Crichton looking for goal number 2. Ran into a brick wall in Getson, and Getson got him out of trouble again.
Well, one-on-ones down the line here for Coorparoo, so they've got to try and create that +1.
It's Crichton trying to do his boot up, I think. Didn't realise the ball was getting switched. He's manning the mark now. right on the last line, and that is one of the worst kicks you can see in footy, ladies and gents. Pressure's on the Kings now. Look at the numbers swarm from the Magpies. Ball ends up in the hands of the Kings, though. Good handball over the top. Found Ballantyne. Ballantyne to a teammate. Unfortunately, Harris, a kick behind the play. Big man. He's going to put him back into attack. Play continues. Numbers around this footy. Players go up. Ball gets over the back. Play on, said the umpire. Ball still rolling around. Players dive on it. Umpire thinking. No. Stoppage about 40 out from the Magpies' goal.
And Coorparoo, they've got to get back into this game because it's going to start to slip away from them very quickly. Jesse Joyce has been getting his hands on the ball just a little bit. There's a rush kick out towards Ashcroft. Handball's back out now to Fletcher. And a free kick too high. So Will Fletcher will have a shot on goal, predominantly playing half forward, Kano. This is well within range.
He's sort of drifting between the arcs, which is an interesting one. Haven't seen him do it too often, Will Fletcher. Mind you, when he's been playing state footy, he's been playing that role, so he's definitely a pretty good, solid kick for goal. Yeah. This distance might test him, though.
Well, he saw Collins kick a goal a few moments ago. I just see a little bit of right and just slip back into the left there from Fletcher. And he left it out to the right too much. That's his second miss of the day. We're out to a 15-point lead. And we're 4.5 minutes gone here. You're with Kane, you're with Harry, you're with Yendi, and it's all thanks to Bradnams and Windows and Doors.
Anzac Day Premiership Quarter, TPIL Lawyers, QAFL action here from Giffen Park as play continues. Not the best of kicks, right to the boundary line. That's come off hands, so that'll be a boundary throw in. 5-4-34 to 7-7-49. Worked so hard in that second quarter, the Kings. Really evened up the matchup. Let a couple of goals in just before half-time, unfortunately, as Harris comes together again. Got hands on it. Ball comes to ground. Look at Fletcher there trying to burst out of the pack. Harris ends up with it. Kick to about 30 out. Oh, straight in the hands of a Magpie, though. Ball still drifting around. Who's going to win this contest? Look at the players come together. Cameron's in the middle of that. There's a player behind the ball on the ground. Keep an eye on that, Yendi. Ball still rolling around. Couldn't get a handball out. Umpire says, give it to me. Right on the 50-metre arc from the Magpies' goal.
We'll see a stoppage here. Thompson, it was the player that was down. He's got up and wins a ruck hit out. Gets the ball further afield to an unmarked King. He sends the ball out towards the outer side. Meakin tries to keep the ball inside the field. He does so successfully. Handball back towards Meakin. It's taken there by his teammate. Sends it back out now to Thompson. Ball inside the boundary line momentarily. And we'll see a throw-in. We talk about Sherwood. They're going nearly 40 minutes between goals. It's dangerous times already here for the Kings. They are heading out to their 38 minutes. 36 minutes between goals at the moment.
Well, there's no point looking to the left-hand side of your screen, ladies and gents, because there is not a player in that area at all. The players have all pushed up, trying to lock this ball in.
And they've built that wall there, Sherwood, again, which they've done so well across the game, and it's caused headaches here for the Kings as they try and push the ball forward.
Sometimes you've got to just cover that ground in between two. Just if you can create a 50-50 and bring it to ground, just evens the contest out. At the moment, they're just sitting back and waiting like this. Ball gets over the back. Here come the Kings. No one forward of centre, like I said before. First onward is going to be a Magpie. Shoots the handball. Didn't really hit the target. Had a bit of time, so that was okay. Play on, said the umpire. Here they come down that far side wing towards half forward. 2-on-1 in front of the Kings. Unfortunately, it's turned into a 2-on-2. Magpies have it. Kick off the instep. Didn't really go very far. Drifting towards 40 metres out. Got the handball out. Great smother there by the Kings. Players come together. Look at the numbers around this ball. That ball's not coming out. Another stoppage about 35 out from the Magpies' goal.
Well, 15 points the margin here at Giffen Park. And this is an important moment in the game for the Kings. Anzac Day footy. Still in possession here, the Kings. Trying to draw the free kick. Hacked forward there ball back towards the boundary line there from Joyce. Bounces on $1. And still able to get the run and carry. No one in there forward half of the ground. Just fumbling the ball under enormous duress.
Oh, look out.
And that's going to be a free kick.
That has to be a free kick.
And you can almost, depending on the severity of the dump, in that case there, it's not forthcoming there, but you can always lead to a 50-metre penalty from that due to the aggression. But it is the Kings with the ball on the outer wing, which is the best part of the ground, Kano. There's next to no moisture on the far side.
Well, let's see how long this ball can stay on that far side. Plenty of numbers in front of the footy. Players come together. Ball just towards the boundary line. No clear possession winners on that occasion. Ball forced over. Boundary throw in. Good crowd right in front of the Coorparoo change rooms, the old social club there.
I can see some disco lights going off there, Kano. They're just they're bopping along, having a great Friday night here, and doing it for a very special day, getting together and enjoying the freedom that we've got, all thanks to our Anzacs.
Lest we forget, ladies and gents, as Harris got the tap out there, straight to a teammate, and here they go. Magpies go into attack. No one could take the mark on that occasion. Tried to kick the ball off the ground. Really didn't go anywhere. Players come together. Good defence. That ball gets locked in.
Ooh.
And again, the push and shove between the two.
And if you're the Kings, you don't want to do anything silly in this case here. You don't want to give away a silly free kick.
It's been a while since I've seen the whole midfield push and shove, and the umpire was there all alone and just threw the ball up in the air. Play continues. Here come the Kings. Good hands there on that occasion. Little chip. It's a bit like Pagan's Paddock at the moment. There's no runs really forward to this footy. Good tackle laid. Play on, said the umpire. Players dive on it as well. Did they drag it in? Umpire thinking. That ball came out somehow. The umpire's actually found a free kick, and it's going to go to the Kings.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Lockie McClare there, for the Kings as well. He was screaming for it inside the forward 50. His teammate had two players on him, so the Kings now kick inside the forward 50. It might suit the Kings here at ground level. They just need to bottle it up. Strong tackle. That's over-aggressive. That is a dump at one end, a dump at the other.
Well, they've even up the ledge up.
They've got to bring it out here, Sherwood. They absolutely have to bring it out here because the numbers are coming across. Well, there's been some switches on the interchange, which have meant that Sherwood have got more defenders from the opposition going further down the line. Thompson will be the intended target. He lays a light shepherd on Hogan.
Parnell.
So Parnell up towards high half forward where the Kings have got plenty of numbers and they should raffle it here. Handball back up through the corridor now. Joyce like a slippery eel just gets away with the handball now, running through the corridor. Gutsy work here by McClay. McClay up towards centre half forward. Mitchell unopposed at centre half back for Sherwood.
Here comes Mitchell on the Magpies. Found a spare man out on that far side wing. Trying to go into attack, but kick off the side of the boot, drifting towards the boundary line. Again, the defensive unit for the Kings have held up well. Rolling right in front of the boundary line there. Boundary umpire keeping a close eye on it, and it's going to be another stoppage.
I know we'll have a few Brisbane Lions VFL coaching staff jumping in on the call tonight. We appreciate their company. Just keep an eye on Tristan Meakin in the number 5 Guernsey for Sherwood. I think he's shown enough tonight that if the opportunities are there, he deserves a recall back into that team.
He's done okay, Meakin, in stages. And he's got some room to move. Now, that could have been taken out by the legs. Yes, said the umpire. So, the attack of the ball's been brilliant from both sides. No one's taken a backward step.
We're now up to 41 minutes between goals from Sherwood. From Coorparoo.
But it's the arm wrestle that they're enjoying at the moment as Sherwood look to clear. Oh, straight through the middle of the ground. Here they go. Kick inside, attacking 50, 2-on-1 in favour of the Kings. Ball comes to the front. It turns into a 4-on-2. Good tackle laid. Play on, said the umpire. No free kick there. And still a bit of push and shove behind the ball. Keep an eye on that as the Kings look to come out of trouble once more. And guess what? Sherwood have cut it off across half back.
Well, they need to come up through the corridor now as the Blues have got plenty of numbers down the line, down that far end of the ground. Hence why we've really got to see this switch on now. And they can really open it up because, as we've highlighted time and time again, they've got loose defenders. So no surprise here through Prest. Darcy Prest up towards high half forward. Threaded the eye of the needle to perfection. Finds Collins, who is just loving these conditions. A dangerous kick. Had a couple of options. Got the desired effect there.
That's Clark.
Jet Clark, right foot kick off a step. Probably needed to take a couple more. Pushes out towards the boundary line. And well done there by the Kings, just to bottle it up and temporarily force well, they did force a stoppage, but could have got away from them. It's 15 points the margin, all thanks to Bradnam's Windows and Doors.
Their back six being able to close space have shut down so many plays from Sherwood going inside attacking 50. It's been really impressive this evening. This play continues now. Forced handball out. Good attack on the ball from the Kings. Kick around the corner. Unfortunately came front and centre. Magpies are good enough to win the ball back. They'll go back into attack. Long kick into the pocket. Comes to the front. Again, look at the numbers around the ball. Just the hack kick out. Trying to get out of trouble. One-on-one contests all over the place. Umpire could find a free kick here. Thinking about it. The ball gets out the back again. Ball still rolling around. No one can win clear possession here. The Kings trying to come out of trouble. The Magpies going back into attack. Handball galore here at the moment. Magpie finally gets the ball on boot. Straight into the waiting arms of the Kings, and that was actually on the full, so an easy free kick.
And the dangerous thing for the Kings is to go back to where the ball had come from. They need to find a way to cause a switch and bring it out towards this commentary side, but they can't, because Sherwood have actually got the numbers up and well spread. So they've got to go along the outer side. Comes down the ground there. That was brought to ground there by Harris. Pumps straight back inside the forward 50. You could see that was going to happen for quite some time. 40 metres out from goal. Collins was looking for a teammate. Not forthcoming there under a fair bit of pressure. The Kings just hack the ball forward. And they'll transition again. They've got the switch on here. Kane Browning.
Here we go once more. That's through McCarthy. McCarthy finds a teammate out a little bit wider. Decide to go more inboard. One-on-one contest. Comes to the front again. Numbers are with the Kings. Got the handball out. Comes back inboard. Here's an opportunity. Great defensive effort there from the Magpies. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Here's a chance for the Magpies. Going back inside attack. One-on-one. Tempted the chest mark. Got ripped off the ball surely. No, says the umpire. Ball just rolling around. Here comes another stoppage. I tell you what, behind the ball there, Matt Dillon. What an absolute tremendous effort there by the young man.
And that's what he delivers week in, week out for his football club. Ball will head out towards the boundary line, which will be essentially a win here for Sherwood as they swing some changes here as Harris comes off for a spell. And we do see Cameron come onto the ground. I would have thought that these conditions would be more suited for him. The former Waffle and AFL star.
He's been caught, as bad as it sounds, he's almost been caught playing a bit of globetrotter footy. And unfortunately in the conditions, it's not the best idea.
Yeah, he's been playing dry weather footy on a wet weather day. That umpire was blindsided by the tackle, and done so again there against Thompson. The umpire rightfully calls play on that instance here. Oh, Elijah Glass, left foot kick, dribbles up and cleared for a minus score on the last line of defence there from Tom Smart, who lived up to his name, did the smart thing and sent it through for a rush behind.
He's been solid down there, Smart.
Well, he's had 5 teammates doing the same sort of thing. They've been seeing plenty of it, KO.
Gadsden and Smart have been very good as that kick looking for Valentine gets absolutely poleaxed. I was going to say, I tell you what, he hasn't moved.
Oh, he got up. He sat up.
He got up pretty quick. He got up a bit Undertaker-like.
He did. That's exactly what I was thinking, the dead man. And he's given away a free kick, so it will be a Sherwood ball.
Jonathan Giles is going to take the free kick. That's going to come back to him, though, or is it downfield?
No, it'll come back. I don't like that in footy, Kano. I think if you've got the free kick, do everything you can. Don't go and wave the flag. It's silly.
Giles comes in. Players again come together. The heat's starting to warm up in the kitchen at the moment in this third quarter. Flow 4:34 to 7:8:50 in favour of the Magpies. 17.5 minutes played.
I just can't see anyone from Coorparoo at the moment to dig deep and tell his teammates, come with me.
Well, play continues here. They were looking for Glass. Couldn't get free hand on the footy. Little check side kick to the top of the goal square. Cat kick towards goal. Just offline. Had a little bit more time than he thought. Sprayed the kick. Missed opportunity there by the Magpies.
Yeah, they're pressing and doing a wonderful job. The last time Coorparoo kicked a goal was at the 5-minute mark of the second term, a quarter that did go for 34 minutes, so 19 plus 18, you do the maths there. Nearly 40 minutes gone as Sherwood take the ball out of bounds. And doing so was young Isaac McCarthy. They're all young compared to Kano and I because we're dinosaurs up here in the commentary box enjoying your company. Anzac Day Friday footy.
You might be prehistoric, mate, but I'm more ancient.
I hear you get better with age, mate. That's what they tell me. I'm in denial there as Thompson goes to ground there. I'm just enjoying Anzac Day footy, which we are privileged to be a part of here, as Ashcroft pumps the ball back inside the forward 50. Coorparoo do have the numbers. They're able to get first hands on the ball there, but at ground level, it's the Sherwood with all the right answers as Nelson put too much of a curl on the ball. And there goes through for a minor score as the changes happening thick and fast here on the interchange bench, thanks to Bradnam's Windows and Doors.
Harris is back on the ground for Sherwood, as looks like Toby Reeve came on for the Kings as well. Got an extra footy on the ground at the moment.
Do you need a new footy, mate?
Don't tempt me. As Coorparoo trying to come out of trouble again, another 50-metre bomb from full back. Trying to clear, but here come the Magpies, going back into attack. Good chip to the pocket, too easy on that occasion.
And that's Dylan Nelson hitting it full chested. He missed that shot on goal before with the curl around the body, and he's going to have to execute a similar sort of kick again hard up there on the boundary line. But he led to rare space where it's been very hard for both teams to find that.
Well, Nelson, this will be good just to increase the lead for Sherwood. Comes around the body, kick towards goal, and that's pushed further left, on the full.
Well, he's done the curl again. He's just got too much bend on that, and now the pressure is here on Coorparoo because their automatic state of mind is to go back down the line. And that's where they've been absolutely slaughtered, with Sherwood getting plenty of numbers. Big fly from behind, getting in the back. And it will be a free kick.
If you're going to go for mark of the year, you need to actually touch the footy, because he didn't get anywhere near the footy on that occasion.
Oh, they had numbers around the contest.
Yes,
they
did.
Need to do that. And it's worked out well here for the Kings. And, well, they've just got to be daring. They've got to come through the corridor.
Change the angle, switch across the ground, break a line or two. Instantly back under pressure, though, are the Kings. Kick down the line, gets intercepted by the Magpies. Decides to go quick and long. And somehow found a teammate in the forward pocket all on his own.
That's Nelson again, mate.
Nelson
the
again.
Last two, he's curled him around. Just has he thought about kicking a drop punt tonight? I know he's already got one, but just don't. Oh.
Here we go, Nelson. Third time lucky. No, it's not. So another minor score. They're just slowly creeping forward here. Here come the Kings out of trouble again. Almost collided the runner. Got a touch on it just before the line. So that'll be a boundary throw-in.
You're seeing here on the boundary line, Cal Gladstone getting the full massage there with the calves, cramping up. They're playing a strong role in defence, like many of his other teammates. They've been working overtime. Tough conditions here tonight on half the ground. Ruxel contest, almost getting forcefully in the back, but it's hacked forward there by Harris. Barely went to 15. The umpire rightfully called play on.
Oh, look out.
Play. And they're trying to say that wasn't 15 either. Well, he'll come back down the line. This is where we love to see. Get your name called. Big fly there from Austin, the 100-gamer, and he's landed on his left knee, but he's
I'll keep an eye on that. You keep an eye on the play, Andy.
Well, Austin might be a chance to get a kick here. He's going to be the intended target. I think he's landed on his hip. He's SD ruggling. His direct opponent went straight for him. Austin's going to come off the ground, and here come the Kings. It's a big moment in the game.
Look at the numbers.
Hacked forward there, but it'll come out now to Sherwood. Right foot kick around the body. Back to where the incident all happened, around the interchange box there. Going forward with a dive is McClay. McClay comes in, gets the bump in return for retaliation. One-on-one contest. That's good. We've rarely seen that. Knight runs into his opponent there for Sherwood. And that aggression there from McClay. He's like a bull terrier who's given away a free kick. Kane Browning.
Well, he looks like he's lined up on Fletcher, actually, McClay, in those stoppages. So He might have lost his opponent there. He's actually lining up on Knight now, so here we go. Kick towards half forward. Again, numbers come together. Ball gets out the back. Fletcher's down there for the Magpies. Lays a solid tackle. Ball's not going anywhere. Right forward pocket.
Just looking at Jack Austin too. It might have even, when he landed, just caused a little bit of cramp in the high hamstring.
His bloody hip looked like it was going to pop out of its socket the way he landed on the ground then. As play continues now, the Kings trying to clear, not the best of kicks. Speaking of not the best of kicks, Magpies tried to get a shot on goal. Ball still rolling around. They got room to move. Here comes Cameron. Barely touched it. That ball's drifting. Is it a goal? No! That was Gary Ablett's style from years back. Gary Ablett Jr. kicking it from 10 rows back. Cameron, first genuine touch of the footy. Almost kicked goal of the century.
20 points the margin here. We're at a game high. The Pies are gradually increasing their lead point by point at the moment. Their last 6 scoring shots have all been minus scores at that as the ball goes from one end of the ground to the other on the far wing. And Kane's having a look at the bench there, just seeing how young Jack Austin, who nearly took mark of the year right in front of us, and Harry's about to wrap that up on a nice clip and send it off to Channel 7 and say, hey, look at me, I can capture all the big stuff here.
Yeah, Austin's getting the rub down on those hamstrings, but he doesn't look like he's in any pain, which is good to see after that massive mark attempt.
Ball on the outer side there for Coorparoo. We'll see a boundary throw in. But yeah, Dr. Kane here.
With the worst knees in football, mate. I'm a real good judge of character with doctors.
You could have just had you as was it Operation the ball game there, mate? It's
yeah, definitely.
There's now forget the guy there with the red nose. It's just Kane Browning's figure. It's like, oh, we'll put another hip in there, we'll put another knee in there. That's a new ball game coming out your way this Christmas. All thanks to Bradnam's Windows and Doors. Meanwhile, ball here at high half forward there for the Kings. It's paddle forward. They'll go to ground. They'll end up hacking it forward. We're 2-on-2. This is a really good opportunity here for the Kings. Although here comes Sherwood with some extra numbers. Denied because the Kings have got some numbers moving swiftly, just trying to paddle the ball forward swiftly there. Who was looking for Morgan Smith. Here comes Sherwood again. Right foot kick around the body, up towards the commentary wing of the ground. Going up was Hogan. Couldn't quite take the mark. Has plenty of support here. Socket off the ground there by Cameron. And he is going to be penalised for insufficient attempt. Free kick to Coorparoo here on the commentary wing.
Well, it was a smart play by Cameron, but unfortunately just put a bit too much on the kick. He knew what he was trying to do. He had the speed to get into some space. As the Kings again find a teammate. Got a little clip after he marked it, but that's not going to be 50.
See Knight with a slight grin on his face going, what are you doing?
Hogan kicks towards half forward. He's just about been their best, Hogan, the captain. As the Magpie almost punched the ball into the back of his own teammate's head. Ball still rolling around. Numbers are with Sherwood, but good attack on the ball by the Kings. And a nice little bear hug between players.
Good to see Jack Austin just doing his paces up and down the boundary line. There was grave concerns when he came down. It didn't look good, but had the best of care with his trainers.
Wet weather footy, I tell you what, he almost buried himself with that attempt at a mark. As play continues, players concentrating on other players rather than the footy. Again, a bit of push and shove. Keep an eye on that. As the Kings, player gets called high surely. No, says the umpire. Another stoppage, about 80 metres out from the Kings' goal.
All one-on-ones to the right of your screen as well. As the Kings now with an up and under kick. The boundary throw would actually be suitable here for the home team as Ashcroft handballs now to a teammate now. Right foot kick along the boundary line. As I mentioned, one-on-ones.
Oh,
Nelson's peeled off the back of the pack here, sprinting forward. Cameron comes in, lays the tackle, bounces off the head there of the would-be tackler. Ball pumped up towards high half forward, and Glass goes in with the slide, and it'll be a mark. Was it Ashcroft here at half back?
Giles didn't like the treatment on behind the play on his captain and Fletcher, so he had a bit of plenty to say to the opposition as the Kings looked to clear from half back again. Not quite sure where to go. Play gets almost shirt fronted there. Play on. They're going backwards before they go forwards. As the siren goes for three-quarter time, Kings players still down. Keep an eye on that, Yendi, as we've moved into the three-quarter time.
No, they're still on here, so we will keep an eye on this one. Our man has us all over it. They're not liking the treatment. They're not liking the treatment. So we're going to stay with this one. As Jack Lake has gone in to remonstrate, and he is still exchanging words. He is not happy with it, what's going on. Owen Collins is pointing to his head going, get your head in the game. Don't get into that dumb stuff. And the umpires are breaking it up as we, a nice hot end to this quarter, Kane Browning.
Well, Tristan Meakin looked very animated as well. He wasn't happy with the treatment either for Sherwood, but we're looking at 5-4-34, Coorparoo, Sherwood 7-12-54, 20 points of margin, three-quarter time here for the TPIL QAFL Anzac Day. Great effort from both sides going into the three-quarter time. We'll be back after a short break for final quarter QAFL action.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. Kicking goals for Queenslanders since 1983. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
That means Harry's smarter than both of us. Hey, you're not even full time. The big 4 overs. Oh, I'm looking forward to when I turn the big 4 over. I'm hanging. No, I still got a couple more years. 10-year wedding anniversary next year. As long as you remember that one. Oh, Jess knows that I remember. Her on the other hand, no. She's not a numbers person, I am. Oh, no, we frequently talk about it. Let's do it. Let's bring it home.
3, 2, 1, 5.
And welcome back, ladies and gents, for round 4. TPIL Lawyers QAFL action. Anzac Day, Anzac round here for the QAFL, and a pretty interesting contest between these two. Bit of an arm wrestle again in that third quarter. Coorparoo, unfortunately, couldn't close that margin. Sherwood got it out to 20 points, and it remains at 20 points, leading into three-quarter time. My name's Kane Brand, still joined in the comm box by the great man Chris Yendi. What do you think the Kings are going to do in this last quarter to try and get over the line?
Well, they haven't kicked a goal in 58 minutes of play, so I did get my maths right in the end eventually there, Kano. So, in fact, I'm going to be. Am I going to be right again? No, I'm on it. 28. It's been a long day. It's Anzac Day. It's pretty exciting. Well, I'm counting down the big day tomorrow. We've got the great man Daniel Viles and Jamie Stanton doing the call on the QAFL W game tomorrow from 4:45 p.m. Aspley v Southport. And Kane, we forgot to mention that we've got the main event here. The biggest star out of all of them in the comm box. He's the great man between us at the moment. So Harry will be on the call there too. That's going to be magnificent. It's compulsive viewing, but I think the concerning part here for Coorparoo is they have not kicked. They didn't kick a score in that third term at all, and they conceded 1-6. And if Nelson, he had 4 shots on goal, mate, 2 out of bounds on the full and 2 points. So he only has to land one of those, and it's game over.
Well, again, wet conditions. The rain is just I literally just looked up. I was about to say the rain has stayed away, and look at it. It's drizzling here through the lights on that far side as patrons get off the ground, as the players move to position.
Well, we're getting a couple of drops nearby, but thanks to Braddon Windows and Doors, we're in great protection here at Coorparoo.
Well, very good when I showed up and saw there was a canopy on this, because I'll tell you what, my rain jacket is not nearly good enough.
I would have said canapé, mate. I'll be looking for
Canapé?
Canapé, looking for the food, mate. Canapé's in the canopy, mate, with the great man Harry. That's a good way to spend a Friday night.
Bit of yelling and screaming coming from that back pocket.
That pump, mate. They want to see a big final term.
Well, that's more coming from the social club now. It's almost like a Mexican wave. It's moved from one end of the ground to the other.
What are they yelling out there?
Keep an eye on that, Yendi. I'm going to keep an eye on this. Even the umpire's taking a little squiz over there going, what is going on over there?
Well, we thought Coorparoo were having trouble kick scores in the dry conditions, mate. He's going to be very tough in this final term.
Sirens gone. Fourth quarter TPIL QAFL action here as the Magpies go into attack, and somehow, one-handed, thank you very much, took the perfect mark in now rainy conditions and lines over from about 40 out. Is that Cameron?
No, I think that's Nelson. I'm just going to take a punt and think that might be Nelson, but no, maybe you could be right.
Well, keep an eye on this.
Again, they're giving us donuts here. I think it is Nelson, actually.
Comes in, right foot to the forward pocket. Players come together. Is that a mark?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Right on the goal line.
That kick there from Nelson just faded away to the left again, mate. It's been the standard of his previous kicks in the game, and he finds Thompson, who kicked a first quarter goal, and finds himself in a really good position. Well,
left forward pocket. This could be an inside-out check side. No, it's a drop punt. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. No problem at all. First goal of last quarter to go to Sherwood. And they increase the lead to 26 points. And,
we're now at game high levels, mate. We're at 26 points. It's now 60 minutes between goals here for Coorparoo. Just struggling to find someone that's not in their back half that wants to take the midfield by the scruff of the neck.
Well, their backline has been so solid all day. Considering the amount of ball that's been going in there, that's almost their first mistake on the last line. They didn't get the third man up to punch the ball clear. Took an easy mark in the end. And, look, Thompson's kicked his second. But I tell you, the Kings, they'd hate for this last quarter to blow out score-wise because they've been pretty good since quarter time.
Well, they've got to lay some heavy tackles here, the Kings, and they've got to win possession of the ball. This is where Sherwood have been so good, and they'll get another clearance here through Collins, and up and under kick. Drizzle starting to ease off just a little bit up towards centre half forward. Bounces off the chest, off the Sherwood forward, working full chested out there on the outer side. Overrunning, and I think there might have been Glass. It was. Ball heads out towards the boundary line, still inside the field of play. Only momentarily. We'll see a boundary throw in left half forward for Sherwood.
That was Giles that missed that mark, unfortunately, the big fella. He's been very quiet, considering the way his stats have been looking in the first few rounds of the year. Been a very quiet night for Giles, unfortunately, but Sherwood's still in front on the scoreboard, so that's good.
Aside from Thompson, mate, he's the most effective big player on the ground. As the ball is hotly contested, there is Glass there at ground level. And the umpire allows it to slip out the back there, and that it does. Paddles out towards the boundary line. Sherwood in possession. They've got that +1 around the contest, running straight back into trouble. An underground handball, has to chase his own footy, and that he
Good
does.
tackle.
Beautifully done at that, and the umpire has penalised him. Kano, GAW, and gone. Holding the ball, free kick to Coorparoo at half-back.
You've been dying to dust that one off
mate.
out of the closet, mate. You've done well on that occasion as play continues here. Kings looking to go into attack, but it's the Magpies. That extra number behind the footy has been dominant all evening. Ball gets pushed over the line, boundary throw in far side.
I'll just indulge viewers in in a little bit of a nice statistic. The last time Kane Browning and I called a game together in the QAFL during the home and away season was a game involving Sherwood, and the last time I worked with a great man, Harry, on camera during a home and away game was also that game as well. So they brought the A-team back together for Anzac Day, mate. I'm loving it.
Yes, they have. As play continues, the Kings looking to go through true centre half forward. Dropped a mark he probably should have taken there. They've still got that number 4 to the footy. Ducked under the tackle, head high, over the shoulder. Unfortunately, Fletcher's looking at the umpire going, really? As play continues, he's got the handball off, launching the ball inside to the goal square. Can he get it there? No, he can't. Ball still comes to the front. Extra number again with Sherwood. They're going to come out of trouble once more.
And they clear the ball outside beautifully. Umpire will pay the mark, and that he does. They've got to move the ball quickly here, Sherwood, because Coorparoo getting numbers back on that far side. That handball over the top from Collins out to Mitchell. We'll bring it up towards the corridor. The kick was perfect. Lace out to his teammate.
Here we go.
Got a couple of options there on the outer side. Ball there through Thompson. They've got Nelson further up towards the top of the square. Comes off Crichton. Crichton again, working tirelessly, the young gun. He was looking for the high tackle. He's going to be penalised for holding the ball here, and he will be. And that's going to be a free kick to Sherwood. It wasn't Crichton there that was tackled. He was around that contest. It will be a free kick to Coorparoo, and that free kick was against Cameron.
Well, ends up in the hands of McClay. McClay shoots it out a little bit wider on that far side. Found a teammate at half back. But again, this slow moving down the line style, unfortunately, is played into the hands of the Magpies. Again, they rode the pack. Kicked to half forward where the ball came from. Good diving spoil there. Kicks the ball, punches the ball over the boundary line, and instant cramp.
And, Kano, people are going to be looking at the scores and may not have had the chance to watch the game. How dare you? You're not jumping on the feet. But they're going to see the scores, and they're going to think, well, Coorparoo haven't kicked goals or scores over a particular period of time. They're going to be thinking the game must have been really bad in terms of conditions-wise, but it hasn't really been the conditions. It's just been Sherwood's complete domination.
Yeah, it's been more their efficiency forward of centre. For me, as play continues, Magpies looking to go into attack again. Can't on that occasion. Yeah, their efficiency forward of the ball going inside attacking 50 has been a lot better than the Kings. I'm sure if you looked at the stat, the inside 50s would be dominated by Sherwood tonight. But again, the Magpies' backline have held up extremely well considering the amount of ball that's gone in there.
Well, they've got another opportunity here, Coorparoo, to put their backmen to work. Just haven't got much forward of the ball. That's the problem, particularly on the outer side. And tackle after tackle is laid. What I'd like to see here from Coorparoo, and I can see some directions being barked out there, is bringing the ball out towards the commentary side. There's plenty of space, hardly any players. If the Kings can at least get a clearing kick out as Collins snaps around the body up towards the top of the square, and he's got him behind. It's hit the post. Owen Collins almost kicked goal of the night. And here they come, Kano, out to the very side of the ground. I said they should.
He's almost been their best player, Austin, this evening. That gets cut off again by the Magpies, and here we go. Decides to step back inside. This is Campbell. Campbell launches, and again, misses to the left-hand side. Minor score. So that score's going up point by point, probably for the last, 45 minutes, to be honest.
Well, they've kicked 2 goals, 8 from their last 10 shots on goal, Kano, and that's been since half time.
7.5 minutes played, 5-4-34 to 8-14-62. Ball to this broadcast side again. Magpies rove it. That was Nelson. Nelson around the corner. Couldn't find a teammate. The Kings decide to just kick it off the ground. Now they've got a little bit of room to move. 1-on-1 forward to the ball. Who's going to win this contest? Juggle. Austin got his hand onto it.
He's a treat to watch here as Clark.
As the Coorparoo supporters are going absolutely off their nut.
That's what we love. We love the atmosphere. Austin in game 100 didn't go 15 handballs over the top. The Glass just gets his kick away, puts it up towards high half forward. There's Cameron there on the half volley. Coorparoo under siege. It'll come back in as here comes Meakin on his favoured left foot. Up and under. It's going to be one for the Brave or one to get front position. It is option B. Plays on now. Fletcher up towards the corridor.
Great effort there from the Kings.
That was Joyce. He handballed back, found a teammate just under for a bit of pressure. The kick had to be good, and now Coorparoo will settle.
Well, I think I know quite clearly what they were saying at that at the supporters group over there, but I definitely can't repeat it on air. As play continues, again, the Kings get a little bit out the back. They've got a better room to move. Oh, just about falconed.
Got his head in the game.
Got his head definitely in the game there. He's going to have Sharon written on his forehead as Magpies look to clear again. Got intercepted, punched clear over the boundary line.
Well,
boundary throw-in.
It's been 2-8 to nothing here in this second half. It was 42 to... it was actually 36 to 34 with 2 seconds remaining in the first half before a goal off the ground as the siren sounded. So it has been one-way traffic since that point. Coorparoo overrunning the ball there, just paddled forward there by Knight, been exceptional. Speaking of exceptional, here comes Owen Collins. He has been nothing short of outstanding. Kick inside the forward line, that'll be a push in the back, and it will be to the Pies. And they've got options towards the top of the goal square. And they're flooding numbers back. A lead is offered there by Meakin. That's ignored, so he thumps the ball long up towards the top of the square. Comes off hands here. Fletcher touched. That's a minor score. That's his 3rd point of the night.
So the last 11 scoring shots have gone to Sherwood in the second half.
2-9, and a couple of out of bounds on the full too, Kano. So they've had 13 shots on goal here in this second half for 2-9 and 2 out on the full.
Well, the Kings, they've absorbed the pressure well. They just haven't had a lot of key position players forward of the footy. And again, it gets intercepted by the Magpies. This is McCarthy. Now, what does he do from here? He's going to launch to the hot spot. Players come together. Juggling attempt to the mark. That was Glass. Couldn't get hands on the footy. Ball still drifting. Kick on goal from Cameron. Oh, fine.
What is that score again, mate? What did he kick there? You're just racking your brains. I think
a right hand around the corner, banana.
Did he get 6 points in that one?
He probably deserves 6 points the way that ball wrapped around his foot.
Kicks a point and comes off the ground. They've now kicked 2-10 and 2 out on the full. As a big thumping torpedo, a very good looking one of that, if you don't mind, up towards the middle of Giffen Park, and they'll wrap them up here, pushing forward. Under a bit of siege there, the Pies. Handball over the top now. They've got, it's 3-on-2 going forward, and the numbers do suit Sherwood, but it won't be needed here. Coorparoo now. That's a beautiful kick. Just inside the forward pocket. Did he get a push? No. So that's a good outcome there for the Kings. They trail this one by 30 points. You've got Gain, you've got Harry, you've got Yendi, and your company here on Anzac Day Footy as Elijah Glass comes off for a spell for the Pies.
Well earned rest from Glass. He's been one of the more better contributors for the Magpies this afternoon. Ball's going to get thrown back in. Another great boundary throw in by the umpire as the Kings end up with it. Instantly tackled. Another stoppage.
Cameron's spell was only short-lived, only 30 seconds. Jog straight back on.
Geez, not too bad for a rotation there, is it? 30 seconds to catch your breath and come back on. As play continues now, ball rolling towards the boundary line. Another boundary throw in.
Well, you kick a point, get a tailing off, and get back onto the ground. Is that the? They've had plenty of teammates doing that. Nelson would spend most of the second half on the bench the way he's been kicking, but I've just, would say that tongue in cheek. I've just loved the way he's presented tonight. He's been an outstanding force in the number 41 for the Pies.
As the ball gets thrown back in here, Magpies, Harris has been one of the better contributors as well in the ruck. He has dominated that space arguably since quarter time. And again, that midfield, when push came to shove, they threw the usual suspects in there and they've dominated since half-time. Unfortunately, not necessarily on the scoreboard. 12 shots of goal to nothing. As the ball bouncing right in the middle of the ground, the Kings still trying their backsides off.
No one forward of this contest.
No one forward of the ball. Here come the Magpies. Here's a foot race. Who's going to win this battle? Who's going to win it? Chip the ball off the ground, heading towards the boundary line. Try to keep it in there was a Magpie. Step back inside, check side right foot. Drifting. Is that a free kick? Yes, it is.
Go back to whence it came.
Yeah.
That's the great shot on goal. How's the foot race there? You really got an idea of just who some of the fastest players in the...
that's the thing too, Yenny. Talk about trying to run through quicksand. The amount of mud out on the ground here at Griffin Park tonight.
But as the great man, Jason Mitchell, who is the absolute superstar of the QAFL umpiring fraternity, or the AFL Queensland umpiring fraternity, he said we did the ground report. On that far side, it is perfectly dry, it's perfectly fine. So that's why the players, for the most part of the day, have been going out there, and that's why they've been able to get that
little bit of foot speed?
Yep, correct.
Well, here's another shot on goal after that free kick. Right foot kick. Can that be a major? Yes, it is. Finally, Sherwood kick a goal. After having 12 shots a goal.
For this second half alone.
They finally get a major.
And giving us donuts there momentarily, because that is Angus Barnell. He's got 2 goals on the board tonight.
Again, another good performer for the Magpies tonight. We'll have to keep an eye on the 3-2-1. I'll be looking for yours at the end of this.
I've got 2 spots locked away already. My best on ground is firmly locked away already. I'm not going to lie, Kano, but I reckon I've got an idea of who's going to get my 1 vote tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's had a very impressive game. When I look at votes, I probably look at players who have had consistent inputs in their position. There's been a 6-6-6 rule applied, and so it will go against Coorparoo, but that's their warning for the quarter. At a 36-point lead, Coorparoo have not kicked a goal since the 5-minute mark of the second term, so we're now at 73 minutes between goals for the Kings, as Fletcher, right foot kick among at that. Would probably suit them here because they've got some really good runners. Knight, he's had a very, very good game. Just squeezed the kick off the side of the boot. And the Kings now, well, it's just been that sort of night. They've been able to get their handle on the ball as Knight again gets it out now. Right foot kick up towards high half forward. Some good defensive work there by the Kings. We've said that time and time again, that he's able to recover well, and the train lets us know all about how much they're loving the footy tonight, as Meakin handballs towards Cameron on the boundary line. Almost had his legs taken out, and we'll see a stoppage in the left forward pocket. Nearly 16 minutes gone here in the final term.
Well, geez, you've got 2 settled down. I'm still struggling to find the first one I want to lock in for best on ground, but there's still a bit of time left in this contest. So
now we've got access to the coaches' votes. It's always nice to compare, isn't it, Kano, to see what we think alongside the coaches.
Well, it is, until you realise you're nowhere near the coaches, which is like, which game are we watching? But yeah, we're pretty close on most occasions, I must admit, the QAFL commentary team.
Well, I will say my claim to fame would be speaking to a VFL coach after a game and just by chance bumping into them, and they were trying to give their coaches' votes to the media manager on the spot, and I said, well, these are the guys that I thought we got the 3-2-1, and he slotted them in, Kano, so that's my claim to fame in terms of having an input in that space.
You take that every day of the week, Yendi, as play continues here. Players dive on it. Is that a free kick? Might have been a free kick found there. Yes, it is. It's going to Sherwood. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. Might have been over the shoulder.
Yeah, in these conditions, mate, the benefit of the doubt would have to go.
Oh, handsball off. Look who it is. It's the big fella, Jack Austin. Not quite.
Another point. They're getting a cricket score here. That is 11 points for the second half. 2 out of bounds on the full. 13 misses. And it's just heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking for Coorparoo that they have not been able to put a score on the board. The footy gods cannot have them go scoreless in the second half, particularly here on Anzac Day footy. And they've just been running into the same trouble that we've seen time and time again. There's Owen Collins. If I'm going to give you a hint for my 3-2-1, Kano. He has got number 3 stitched up in the book. Dancing around on a dollar. Right foot kick up towards the, across the 50-metre arc at a 2-on-2. Right foot kick. Beautiful hit. Magnificent hit. Knight. He's stripped off it. There's boots all lying around. Is that Charlie Cameron who's had his... No,
we've got Joshua Campbell trying to find his boot in the mud. As play continues here, here's a chance for the Magpies once more. Little chip to the pockets, okay. Couldn't take the mark on that occasion. Is that Nelson once more launching a kick? Yes, it is. Has he actually kicked?
Kicked one.
He's kicked one. Probably what? 1, 4, and 2 out on the full.
Yep. And the ones that the misses and the out on the full have gone to that same side. He's just curled it around the body. Even from set shots came Browning. So
as Valentine came off the ground, the big fella, he's worked so hard for Coorparoo this evening. In the ruck, hasn't had much support. And the Kings stuck in that back pocket once more. Harris couldn't get a touch on the ball. Here's a chance for the Kings. A bit of space once more. Just missed with the target. Looking for O'Brien. O'Brien still launching. Good tackle there, but the Magpies had that spare number.
Free kick throw.
Free kick for a throw.
So the out-of-zone umpire in a perfect position to see that one.
O'Brien ends up with a free kick. That ball's going to get called back.
Which is a shame because it went straight down the throat there of Morgan Smith, who was going to run to 50 and kick a goal. He had his eyes lit up.
So, ball gets pushed back to O'Brien, who's had an okay night tonight.
He kicked a good goal in that first term. It feels like a long time ago.
Definitely does, but the ball gets pushed out probably a little bit too wide for the Kings' liking. Again, going backwards before going forwards, goes back forwards, gets the kick on the boot, but again, that set up behind the ball for the Magpies, it's just been solid this evening.
Yeah, you could just see he was smart there. He just had no options, no avenue to go forward because he just saw a sea of black and white as the kick there from, I think, Glass skewed off the side of the boot, and we'll see a boundary throw in on the far side. Attacking zone for Coorparoo, but that's just been so dangerous on that far wing. Most of the players pushed across there. He would have had 16 Sherwood players within a kick and a half away from where he was. But that's just been the standard formality for Coorparoo here in this second half as Harris just got the handball away. Sock it off the ground there from Coorparoo. They'd love one here. This is their best look at it so far. An up and under kick. There was a bit happening off the ball. Umpire said no, that was okay. Coorparoo again. Any score will do. It'll bounce up towards the top of the square and it goes through for a goal. A bit of consolation there for the Kings, and they've worked their backsides off for it, and that is a lovely finish.
Well, it's very late in the contest, but they finally got some reward for effort, had the Kings.
Now that's Jesse Joyce as well.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Jesse Joyce ending up on the score sheet.
Yeah, that's great here for Jesse Joyce. He looks to make his way back into the VFL system at the Southport Sharks. He's got a bye this weekend, and he's having a good run around here. And that's the goal that they've really deserved, Kano. We've said it time and time again. It's been challenging, but they've been able to catch their opponents off on the hop.
No, you're definitely right there. But again, they're pretty solid in a lot of parts of the ground. Unfortunately, just that forward of centre, that big key forward, whether it's deep at full forward or centre half forward, just has been lacking tonight, unfortunately, as they look to come out of trouble again. They just launched the ball off the ground. Could have been kicking in danger. No, said the umpire. Players slide along the ground. Pushed over the boundary line as Fletcher here talking to the coaching staff on the boundary line, looking to get back on the ground.
For all the rain that we've had in the lead up to this game, Kano, it's we only had probably 10 minutes of drizzle, if that, and otherwise it's been a pretty good night.
Not bad at all for Anzac Day night.
And Harris just overzealous, getting in the back of McClare. He's had a pretty good game.
McClare chips that ball to Trusenale forward. No one can take clean possession. Ball still rolling around. O'Brien tried to put his body on the line. Great tackling pressure there. Could have been on the ball. No, said the umpire. Ended up in the hands of Harris. And Harris tried to find a teammate. Dropped the mark he should have taken. The Kings again set up pretty well behind the ball. Got dragged off it. That's on the footy. Here come the Magpies once more. They got a number a little bit wider. It looks like Glass. Glass kicks to the pocket, drifting towards the boundary line. Can't take clean possession. Extra numbers are with the Kings. Trying to come out of trouble again. Little chip off the ground was okay. The Magpies. Here come the Kings on the intercept. Here we go. Can they get another one on the board? Chip to Sanal forward again. Couldn't take clean possession. The height down there is lacking. The Magpies, again, those extra numbers behind the footy have held up well, and they'll get out of trouble.
And they're -1 here on the ground here momentarily. London comes off with a niggle here. Coorparoo, they've swung a couple of changes. The Pies now on the far side. They've just got that extra numbers, and they'll press forward. They've got an option deep. They like to go further up towards Crichton. Crichton got in front position. The kick was perfect. Kane Browning 20 metres out from goal.
Well, again, just if you look forward to the footy for Sherwood, it's a vastly different story to the opposite end of the ground, isn't it, Yendi? They've got so much room to move, especially in the back end of this game. Players are tired. And, again, just the space opened up, an easy chest mark in the end.
Crichton from close range sneaks it home, and they've got 10 on the board here. Sherwood, they push out to a 38-point lead. That's Crichton's second goal, made his VFL debut last week. Kane, I really want to... The key point that I want to make out of this is just purely bad luck. London comes off the ground. He's a defender. And they already organised the change. So there was, in a sense, there was two loose forwards for Sherwood in their attacking half the ground, which is why they're able to get away so easily. Including London. The absence of London was chaotic.
And London's been really solid for him tonight. I don't think he'll get in the vote, but he's been one of the best players on the ground for Coorparoo this evening.
Yeah, certainly his work in defence has been outstanding. They've had a lot of winners out there. Jesse Joyce had a good game on his return to football.
As the ball gets thrown up once again, Harris has been really solid in the ruck for the Magpies this evening. Ball still drifting. Players are still running for the Kings, which is good to see. That ball gets pushed back inside attacking 50. Again, they seem to have numbers galore behind the ball, ladies and gents, the Magpies. That kick out wide's okay, or is it? No. The Kings come together again. Again, their defensive efforts have been so good tonight. Just they're not getting the reward for effort, unfortunately. And that scoreboard has blown out. What is it, 38 points in the end. It could be double that if it wasn't for the back line of the Kings this evening. As that ball drifts again into the corridor. The Kings still looking for another goal towards the back end of this game. Can they get it, ladies and gents? Held up at centre forward, though. Another stoppage.
Yeah, chance here for the Kings to get their second goal on the board here in this second half, as it's won to ground there by Harris. Knight lays the tackle as the Kings with an up and under kick inside the forward 50. Big contest there, 30 metres out from goal. Mitchell spent it before he had it. He was under siege. Just kicking the ball to distance. No one inside the forward half of the ground. Sherwood, they've got the +1 around that side of the ground, and they're all running swiftly, just teasing them on the outer side. They've still got the extra numbers. They've got a teammate inboard. They've got a couple of them. They can raffle it now, just up towards the top of the square. Nelson, who has just been presented oh so well. Kane has a chance to kick his second goal.
Well, you could see that coming from a mile away. Again, Nelson almost did that double lead. Went to go back, decided to come forward, got into some open space, left his opponent behind and took an easy chest mark.
Well, I know he's listening to Beyonce earlier on in the way up as he finds the 100 gamer.
Why do that though?
No, it's
Wait, no, I'm just saying, if
I
you're
agree.
a teammate of Austin, your milestone man takes a mark, 40 metres out, and you decide to come in and almost bowl over the guy on the mark. Silly stuff there.
Yeah, and could be denying his teammate of a wonderful moment. Jack Austin, they start them young here at Sherwood playing senior football. He's seen the good, the bad, and we acknowledge him, Kato! They're going to come from the car park! And they are! And they're getting behind him. And Kane pointed the finger up Roman Reigns style. Acknowledge your tribal chief.
Jack Austin, take a bow. Well done in your 100 games. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure about you, Yenny, I'm pretty sure he might sneak into the votes this evening for some reason. He's been playing so well, they decided to play him up forward. After trying to take mark of the year, almost dislocating his hip. Come back on the ground. Nelson was never going to go for goal. And Austin, 100 game, take a bow to the crowd on the other side of the ground. Well done, mate.
It's a special game here on Anzac Day, and the crowd is just, they're eating it up. It's great for football.
There's balls back in the middle. Harris again won the tap out for the Magpies. Looking for Glass. Glass got the handball back to Glass. Chips the ball up and under. Who's there for the Magpies? Oh, decided to go for a screamer. Didn't really touch the footy. Play on, said the umpire. The Kings all of a sudden a bit fumbly down back. Snapshot on goal. What a finish.
Joshy Campbell.
Joshy Campbell, well done. Lost your boot, but kicked a goal.
That's we're out to a 50-point lead, Kane Browning, and this is, it's probably a fitting scoreline to what we expected, to be honest, the way, the dominance that the damn wall had to break. And
and again, it's not like... If I was a coach at Coorparoo, Lee Harding, I'd be so proud of my backline tonight. Absolutely chuffed. They've busted their backsides off to make sure the damn wall didn't break. And look, last couple of goals, I mean, you know, realistically, it's probably one of the real true mistakes they made all night.
It's just, it comes down to fatigue. When you've worked incredibly hard, this game has gone more than 120 minutes, and that's 120 minutes where this backline has been under siege, and they're under siege again. Knight working hard. Therefore, the Pies, the Kings, looking to go along the boundary line through the outstretched arms there of the goal kicker in Campbell, and we'll see a boundary throw in.
And another good performer in Campbell. I've liked his game after half-time. Didn't have a lot of it in the first half, but it's bobbed up a couple of times, especially with his work off the ball. He's been really good.
Yeah, it's those little 1% things. Seeing Ben Hogan in front of us here for the Kings, he's feeling really sore. He's worked incredibly hard here for this Kings team right throughout the day, and as you said, Lee Harding, we're very, very proud of his troops tonight as we see another stoppage.
He'd be best on ground for the Kings tonight for me by a pretty long way.
He'll get coaches' votes. There's no doubt about it at all, and that's super important.
As play continues now, that ball got thrown up. So, again, numbers around the footy. The Kings are still trying. Can they get a last major to the back end of this game? Again, that midfield battle's been pretty one-sided all night, and the Magpies shut that one down.
Well, they closed the gap back to 32 points and the 21-minute mark. So that's 10 minutes ago. And in that time, Sherwood kicked 3 goals. If they had gone the other way, it would have been 14 points.
Siren goes here at Giffen Park. Sherwood has run out 50-point winners here. Anzac Day football, round 4. TPIL Lawyers QAFL 2025, round 4 action. 6-4-40 to 12-18-90. So we've had 30 scoring shots to 10 in favour of the Magpies. And Yendi, how do you sum up that performance?
We saw the Sherwood side playing to their true strengths, and we saw a Coorparoo side that probably struggled to negate that -1 in defence, or that +1 in defence from the other side, because they used that to perfection. I've got my 3-2-1 ready, Kano, because I know Harry's ready to jump on his private jet and head back home. But my one, I gave one vote to Jack Austin, the 100 gamer today, playing that loose man in defence and then kicking a goal, quite fitting there. 2 votes to Elijah Glass. He was instrumental there in the wearing the number 3. But my best on ground, and probably by a fair stretch, just played these wet weather conditions like it was dry weather footy. It was Owen Collins who kicked a wonderful goal in that third term, and he just dominated in the midfield. So they're my 3-2-1. I've got Collins, Glass, and Austin.
Well, would you believe we're pretty much on the same page, but I was still umming and ahhing. Austin in his 100th game got that major in the end. I've actually given the 2 votes to Austin. I thought his ability behind the ball to compete well and hold his position was really a dominant display behind the ball. My 3 as well went to Collins. I thought he was best on ground. And I've given the 1 vote to Glass, who was really solid in that midfield group.
Okay, no, we did not convene it all, but it is full time here, and make sure you jump on the stream. 4:45 p.m. We've got the dream team. We thought we had it tonight, but we've got it tomorrow. We've got Daniel Viles and of course Jamie Stanton on your commentary team for Aspley v Southport, and we've got the great man Harry, the MVP of the show. He is on camera for that day. Kano, thanks so much for the privilege, mate.
No, great to have you in the box again. First game of QAFL footy for you, Yendi. Well done on the call. Thanks to everyone involved. Thanks to 2PIL Lawyers for supporting the QAFL this year. Bradnam Windows and Doors for the umpires as well. We're going to leave you here from Giffen Park. In the end, it was Sherwood way too strong in the end. They win the game by the margin of 50 points. We'll join you again next week for more QAFL action. We'll see you again soon.
You don't want to do another injury, mate.
Like Swan Dive? Mate, I tell you what.
Yeah, I like that. That's 2. I like it. Coming off the back of WrestleMania, that's 2 W.
I swear to God, I'm thinking
Yeah. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. And here he goes. He's getting shit. There's your 3-2-1 involvement too. So Glass, Collins, and Austin. Oh, yeah, the 3 best players on the ground as well.